Church's News, what you on, gang?
Man, shit, chilling, man, chilling.
Well, welcome back to DJUTV. It's definitely a blessing to have you here again. You feel me? And also, congratulations on 100,000 subscribers.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, man.
That's a milestone in the YouTube world.
Hell yeah.
How that feel?
Man, feel good. Just keep pushing though.
Yeah.
You know. Just a minor goal, you know. I'm trying to get that diamond.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to get.
They sent you that email for the plaque yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be at the crib soon.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. With Trench's News, man, you know, we definitely had to catch up with you, man. Our last interview was decent. But you know, the fans like to instigate shit, you know what I'm saying? But we go talk as men. You know, there's been a lot of friction in between, you know what I mean? We had some guests on the couch, you know, FBG Butter, you know what I'm saying? He spoke about your wife, you know, and you reached out to me, you told me, you know, you ain't like that, especially after the joke that I cracked with Dutchy and Young, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, we want to clear up all misunderstandings today, right?
For sure. Hey, first of all, I just want to say, man, you know, I had to look at it like he doing this job, entertainment, shit like that. You was bogus as hell though, you was bogus as hell though, for contributing to minors. You know what I'm talking about? Contributing to let a minor talk about me. You know, if that was a crime, you know. Like, but yeah, other than that, you know, I wasn't worried about Annie them, the group home kids, man. I wasn't worried about them, what they said. They don't know me, you know. And Fives Butter, hey man, just get your money, little brother. Get your money on everything. Take advantage of this shit. That's all I can say to him.
Yeah. And you know, after that, you reached out to me. You was kind of angry about the interview I had with Young and Dutchy. You know, FBG Young said Trench's News did some fool shit when FBG Duck died.
He did some foul
Damn,
shit.
he ran off on y'all?
Nah, we gonna clear this shit up because we don't want no smoke. I don't want no smoke. I don't want him keep doing like 20 videos on me. I just shit. So, like, he did some weird shit, fool. Type shit. And motherfucker got on his ass for a little minute. So by the time, this how I feel. By the time Duck took off and got his shit going on, motherfuckers on the road, he missed all that, folks. So I think he's mad about that. So he started his channel and started dropping shit about he couldn't come around because, you know, he couldn't come around for type shit.
Okay. So sort of like Oblock J Hood.
I don't know about no Oblock numbers. You know?
Okay. Cause you said he was salty he couldn't be around, so he just started blogging and talking shit about what was going around.
He started
going on around.
Going around shit. I know about me personally. He nigga made up a whole series about me. The rise and fall of FBG Young, like on some, he tried to get down on me type shit, making up all type of shit. Finished? Yeah, he nigga said he put all type of allegations on me for type shit, but it was really some deeper shit, like some personal shit going on.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah. So, in other words, Trench's News ain't who he say he is?
I wouldn't say that. I would say like, cause he be having stories like he be down there knowing all these people. He just probably like 10% of the truth, 90% of his side.
Damn.
Of the truth, but for the come on, you don't have me up here.
So basically, so sugarcoat him, basically, right? Sugarcoat.
I'm saying I ain't gonna say about everybody. I'm just saying about the shit content he'll probably put out about my side. You feel me?
Yeah.
You feel me? So I'm just saying that.
So that's what I titled the caption. And you know,
I was trying to figure out. I was really trying to figure out like what I do when Duck died. I ain't been around them. You know what I'm talking about since I've been home from jail. I did 4 years. So what I do before Duck died? Now before I went to jail, it was an incident between me and his brother. But that's me and his brother beef. You know, it wasn't cash out beef or young beef or none of that. This a grown ass man. You hear me? He can't speak up for himself, but he did speak. Me and him talked already. So for him to keep on going on there, I just feel like, you know, when your rap career ain't going nowhere, man, you got to talk about what's popping, man. Trench's News, you know. Because this shit happened in 2014, the incident. So this down there 2024. You still focus on that, man. Keep looking back. Beep, beep. You hear me? Like, that's how I look at it now.
And you know, you definitely been going up in the YouTube world. Like I said, congratulations on the 100,000 subscribers, you know. But a lot of people say the Trenches news stories be a little fake or fabricated, you know what I'm saying? Fiction, right? What are your thoughts on those allegations?
Hey, man, they say it, right? But then they end up coming out, right? Just like go on my YouTube page. Fredo in the Cut is a scary sight. I told that story 2 years ago. Look at J Mane riding say cheese wave with it. At first he said it was cap. Go back to his videos. He said, man, that cap, that ain't happened. Nothing happened on the porch, him using the girl's shield, none of that happened. Now he riding the wave. He telling the real story, what happened. You see? Like, it'll come, when they come out then, you know, they don't ever say sorry though. You know, they say it's cap, but then they don't say sorry when they come out. You know, so I don't bother, man. I just go on with the next video.
So out of audio content, how much of it, percentage-wise, would you say is cap?
All my stories is 100% real.
Now hold on, because you know you told a story about taking DJU shoes in Cook County Jail, and that was cap.
Hey, I ain't never tell that to nobody though.
Nigga, you told it to your whole audience.
No, I ain't never say that. You can't find the video. This was about the shoes. I inboxed Easky and asked Easky. I say, hey, man, ain't that dude who we took his shoes? Easky said no, right off top. And then you kept coming back through it because Easky asked you. You brought it up.
No, nigga.
You said that nigga ain't take my shoes, and that's what made it. That's what made it hot because you had brought it up. You had got on your live. It's like the nigga said he took my shoes. I think you was on that with Easky when you had said it. This nigga with the mask on saying he took my shoes, and then it got hot. It just went wave, you know. But you helped me out though on that incident though. You helped me out, shit, because it was like. It was going up and down, but I was like, no, you look like dude. Easky now was struggling with his shoes, not just ganked them off. I was going to the joint. I ain't give a f about no ticket or nothing. Get them your shoes on everything.
So the story of you taking somebody's shoes.
Oh yeah, we took a nigga's shoes.
It wasn't DJU shoes, it was somebody's shoes.
Yeah, it was a nigga's shoes. On everything. We was in court in the bullpen. A nigga who had like 3 bodies, he fight 3 bodies. He like, man, I want them mics. Before I went in there. So him and Easky and them, they got the nigga in the corner to get in the shoes. I just yanked them bitches off his feet. Huh, man. The guards ran in there. They handcuffed all of us on everything. Me and Easky go to another cell handcuff. On some real shit.
Hey, so what made you go over there and take the shoes off his foot? It sounded like they ain't had nothing to do with you.
No, because they wanted the shoe. Easky, my homie, little brother, his brother is my homie. You know, that's his little brother.
Right.
You know, I knew Easky when he was little. I don't know him from now. I knew him when he was little. I ain't seen him since to jail.
I'm saying though, you said we in the bullpen. They got folks hemmed up in the corner, and you come out of nowhere and snatch the shoes off.
Cause this my homie brother. You know, I was indulging in the activities at the time.
Okay.
Shit, you know, at the time, 2014, I was indulging in the activities.
Okay.
You know, if I see a partner need a hand, you know, I gave him a hand. Shit, if you struggling, I give you a hand.
Yeah.
You know, that's how it is in the county. Well, now it ain't like that. Now they kicking in the cells with the niggas who killing their homies, and then they come in the street and kill each other. You know, it's backwards now, but
yeah,
you know, that was the situation though.
I bet. So y'all got y'all a fresh pair of shoes, but I mean the shoe can only go on one nigga foot, and it took 3 niggas to get the shoe.
I'm going to the joint. I'm going to the joint.
You said it ain't matter to you, huh?
Yeah, it ain't matter to me. I'm going to the joint. Shit.
But
you know, he want the shoes. Shit, he want them that bad. You know, I'm finna go to the joint. I was just, you know, shit. Now I wouldn't even think about that shit. I ain't think about going to jail. So I'm teaching myself how to not go to jail. So
how's that going?
Shit, good.
You still out, huh?
Hell yeah, still out, getting money, bank account was decent. So like, that's all you can ask for.
Yeah.
Stay out the way.
Yeah, for sure. Well, most recently here in Chicago, bro, you know what's been trending all over the internet, man. There was a shooting at a Maxwell's, right? We see a guy. He's arguing with a woman. You know what I'm saying? And get your food. Get your food. He said like twice, right? And then he said, on my grandma, if you don't get your food. And then he got to hitting her. He punched her a couple times, and then out of nowhere, her 14-year-old son shot and killed her. You know what I'm saying? Now the media was saying that she instructed her son to shoot and kill him. You feel me? They were both arrested, and then the charges were dropped. The guy, they called him the Knockout King. His funeral was just this past weekend. All type of stuff behind this story, right? So what we want the trenches news a reaction, thoughts to it.
All right, starting off from the Maxwell thing. The news bogus. First of all, we're going to say that. The news, they bogus because they put it out. They didn't show the dude hitting none of that. It's like they edited it out like a YouTuber and put it on there, what they wanted us to see, which was her standing at the counter, arguing with somebody who we couldn't see, and then her son appearing in the door, and then they on the run for a murder. That's all they showed at first. But then it come out 3 days later that it was another side of the tape where dude was on my mama. You know what I'm talking about? Like, get your food. He told her 3 times. Now, in Chicago, if you looking from a street point of view, he bogus. He bogus for touching somebody's mama. He bogus as hell. You can't deny that. But in Chicago, when a nigga say, hey, go ahead on. Hey, it's people dying out here, bro. I'm getting the fuck on. You don't know what they going through, mental patient or not. Or if he was drunk, whatever he was off. The average person would have bounced, bro. Now, you got people who probably civilians will say, she had the right to be there. You got a right to be walking down the street without getting killed, but you still do. You know, so I think that mother could have avoided. As far as the son, I feel bad for him, bro. I feel bad for the little boy, bro. The little boy, you catch a body, bro, you can't shake that shit. On everything. You can't shake that shit, bro. No matter what they put in front of him, Nicki Minaj saying she gonna pay for his college, you can't shake that body, bro. You know you killed somebody. You know you took somebody off this earth. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be fucked up. Now, the lady and them go to jail, $3 million bond, right? And they get out. They end up getting out. I see her on the news like 2 days later filing a lawsuit. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it because I'm like, damn, the people let you go for a body, and we in the streets, so we've been to jail before. We know the case laws. We know the crime that been committed and what can be charged and all that shit, right? So I'm thinking the long route, like, no, she needs to just go ahead and get the fuck up out of here. You hear me? Take that W that you got out and move your son with the money you had and, try to start over. If she really needed some money, she could have started a GoFundMe. She ain't even need to file no lawsuit. And 1 million people was behind her to support her. But now, by her being greedy, I think it's better for her to back up, bro. Like, for real. Because then them people will get to digging and shit. And, So, yeah, it's a bad situation, though, at Maxwell. Now, the guy and the girl and them, the Knockout King shirts, like, that shit just trashy, bro. That make black people look bad, bro. Y'all, first of all, y'all, funeral, right? Lil Reese. Shout out to Lil Reese. You at a funeral, and then you got a Knockout King on shirt, and it's the reason why he died. From putting his hands on somebody. And then the girl say, even though she tried to say clean it up, we call him Knockout King because he been knocking out niggas before. That ain't got nothing to do with that shit. He just died from knocking somebody out. And that's the not being uneducated and shit like that, bro. Because the educated person would have never put on no shirt that said knockout, bro. And it's embarrassing to the black community, bro. Like, and that's why shit keep going on. And then these females. So if the females doing it, the niggas gonna follow behind because females is more powerful than they think. Half this shit wouldn't be going on if they just be women. You can't blame it on the females, but they gotta go somewhere. They sleeping somewhere. Somebody paying their phone bill. They broke ass ain't. You hear me? So they contribute to a lot of this shit. Like that. Once the females wake up, then it'll be a better society though. It's gonna have to be with the females though. It ain't gonna be with no nigga sitting down and say the war over. It's gonna be with the females started off. Like, we ain't fucking with y'all on some Chiraq movie type shit.
Right. For real.
On some Chiraq movie type shit.
And it's funny you just brought that up because I think that message in that movie went over a lot of people's heads when Spike Lee put it out. And we just interviewed Hypno Carlito. He wrote on the Chiraq soundtrack. And hold on, before we continue, you was featured on the Chiraq soundtrack, right?
Yeah, I wrote the lead song for the movie, the Pray for My City.
Right.
I wrote that, then I wrote some other shit that's on the soundtrack too called My City. So I wrote Pray for My City, and then I wrote a verse on My City. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hell yeah.
So it made me kind of like revisit that time, like damn. Everybody was mad at Spike Lee for making the Chiraq movie that wasn't about like drill and you know what I'm saying? It wasn't what you thought it was gonna be. But the whole time he had a message in that moment.
Yeah, and that was a powerful message. And the women probably didn't pay attention to it if they didn't. But yeah, that's a dope ass message though. It's gonna start with them, cause like I said, man, ain't nobody paying their bills, none of that. They ain't paying nothing. So who they stand with? Right. You know.
That's what's up, man. And I think out of all the clout chasing activity that be going on, you know, it's kind of weird to see, you know, people grieving and making Knockout King T-shirts and, you know, putting, you know, money field graphics on the tombstone. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what are we celebrating here? You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's an unfortunate situation. I hate that it was televised the way it was, but at the same time, this type of shit go on in Chicago all the time, and it don't be televised. So, you know.
Yeah, my whole thing about it too, right? It was a lady on live, the lady who recorded, the girl who recorded it. She come out, you know. They see that the internet is where it's at, so that's how I figure it out. Like it's a skit or something. It looked like a skit to me. So I'm hearing her, the reason why she recorded it. Why y'all ain't called for help? You hear me? Why is y'all recording? Why is everybody whipping out their phone on the crime scene, potential crime scene, bro? Like y'all females, call for help. You could have prevented the shit on everything. Just by saying, I'm gonna call 12 if you touch her.
Right. You
could have prevented the shit. Or he could have chased you, took his vision off, you know, but either way it could have been prevented, bro. Mm-hmm. Like motherfuckers ain't calling, I ain't secretly calling or none of that. They, look girl, for views.
Hey, and bullshit ain't about nothing. Shorty was standing at that door. He had the pipe on him at that time.
Yeah, at that time. At that time.
Everybody was saying she instructed him to, you feel me? Nah, he was standing right there with it on him.
Yeah, he was in the doorway. That was from the first video we seen him in the doorway already. You know, but it was crazy though, like, why is he involved in this shit? You likes to carry, you supposed to have your shit on you. In a Maxwell, in Chicago, on 116th, like, it is a lot of shit could have been prevented.
116th and Halsted.
And
you know that's where they lost it.
Yeah.
So you gotta
right,
the
and Halsted. Yeah, and Halsted. That motherfucker deadly over there, bro. Like, for the ones who ain't from Chicago, that motherfucker deadly over there. Trying to go to Burger King and all that shit over there, you gonna die. On some real shit, bro. It's deadly out there.
If you hear the word Halsted, that means somebody lost it.
Yeah, for real.
Now, Trenches, you or Swipe? Is your name Trenches or Swipe?
Both. Swipe, Trenches. People who know me in the streets, they call me Swiper. You know, the internet picked it up.
So when we go back to, you know, the Trenches News beginnings, though, you was raised on the low end, right?
Yeah, come from the low end.
Right. So, you know, lately on the low end, it's one Chiraq figure. His name is Tay Savage. He been going viral all over the internet. You know, we was honored to you know, have Tay Savage on our couch before. FYBJ Main referred to Tay Savage as John Wick.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the fans compare him to either 051 Melly or King Von. So, you know, when you see this Trenches News, you know what I'm saying? What tell us about Tay Savage.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Like, King Von, I ain't been around Melly. I know Von though. I ain't been around Melly, but I've been around him, but I ain't hung with him or known that he was this type of figure in the streets or none of that. But I've been known Von. But I'm just gonna have to say, man, hey, like Tay advanced in both of them, man. He advanced, bro. Like, he advanced in both of them, bro. Like, this come from me, like, for real. Like, this, but I hope he use his getting out of jail and shit like that. I hope he use it for positive, bro. Like, use yourself, bro. God let you out that shit, bro. You could have been in there for the rest of your life. Who would have cared about you? But any one of them around you right now would have sent you some money or is tapped in with you. All it would have been is gang, gang, gang. And that's because motherfuckers got to ride for each other to fight the ops if they run into, this situation. Other than that, but nobody ain't fucking with you, man. Like, I hope he used that shit. Tay, though, is like, what he say is what he mean, though. Like, everybody know that, bro.
Yeah, for sure. He spent about a decade in jail. You know what I'm saying? That's a long time to be locked up, right? And also, we just interviewed another guy who spent about a decade in jail, 051 Kiddo.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I call him 051 Loke Dog.
Okay.
Cause he remind me of you. If you ain't seen the movie, I know you probably seen the movie Gin and Juice.
Not Gin and Juice, but
Gin and Juice in the Hood. By drinking gin and juice in the hood, man. Loke Dog, remember he's the crash dummy.
Menace to society. Well, not menace to society, but don't be drinking juice in the hood in South Central, some shit, right? Don't be a menace drinking juice in the hood in South Central. Yeah. It's a long ass title.
Yeah, it's a long ass title, but yeah, he remind me of him, man.
Don't be
like,
menace, right?
like he another guy, man. Like you did 10 years, bro, and you get out and doing this, like I don't know, man. Like, I don't know.
Don't be a menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. That's what it's called. That's funny as hell.
Yeah, but he remind me of him, though, man. Watching him, man. Like, he don't give a what he say.
What'd you say? Folks get dressed watching. Which one? Which one?
Oh, everything.
The Glock or the Gat?
Yeah, he got to come up out that jail shit. Somebody got to tell him, man, like, times I changed, bro.
Yeah.
Niggas is standing over niggas and disappear like a thief in the night. And then at the end of the news story, we have no suspects in custody. I'm telling you, bro, y'all little niggas better wake up, man. Stop playing, man. Same niggas who sitting on y'all this couch with you gonna help carry your casket, man. Them gonna be the 6 that's gonna be at your funeral, bro. Carry your casket, bro. On everything, man. It's about take care of your family, get some money, and get the fuck out of here, bro. It ain't about who the toughest in Chicago, bro. Because there's a lot of tough guys in the cemetery that's from Chicago. Al Capone, all of them, they gone, bro. You know? Like, I don't understand it, bro. But, yeah, he crazy. He crazy for that shit, man. Like, yeah, I don't even know what to say, man. I don't even know what to say, man. Like, 10 years, bro, you get out and doing the same shit. Like, he bringing back the 2000, the drill shit. Like, he bringing it back. Like, he flaring that shit back up. Like, it was at a, like, we got over the PGF Nooks even. We even got over that weak-ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just keeping it real, man. We even got over that weak-ass shit. So, now, after we get over that, we thinking, like, the drill, all right, it's like, it's calm now. This nigga get out and flame that shit right back up, bro.
You funny as hell.
I'm just keeping it real, man. That shit got me. What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? I hate my kids say that shit. I'll be like, man, turn that shit off, bro. Like, for real. You know? Shout out to him, though, man. Shout out to him, man. I don't know him.
Say they on their block and sound a slide.
Yeah. Geeking up the kids and shit, man. Like,
that sound hard.
You inciting riots, though, bro. Like, you inciting riots, but y'all ain't here, though. Like, anybody could come back through the city, ride through on their camera and say, I'm here. You hear me? Anybody could do that. And then shoot off and make a couple videos, change your outfits, and like you in the city every day, bro. Like, niggas could do that, bro. But there's kids out here that's really dying, that looking up to that goof-ass shit. And you ain't doing none of the shit that you rapping about. You know? Like, for real.
Yeah. But let's talk about drill music real quick, right? Because like you just mentioned, that shit is kind of, it's watered down at this point. You know what I'm saying? So what do you think drill music has a future, like 2024 and beyond?
Hell nah.
No.
Hell nah, bro. Nah. It's dying out. It's dying off right now. Everybody dead. Everybody dead. I feel like, I ain't gonna lie to you, I feel like Lil Durk keeping it alive. Like, if Lil Durk was to change this movie, it's gonna die. If Lil Durk was to change his music, like, go to, like, Shorty My Beyonce music type shit, oh, it's over with, bro. It's over. It's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone, bro. It's over with. Yeah.
Now, you know, speaking of drill music, man, the last time, man, you talked, you know, I asked you your top 5 drill, you know, and one of the guys you mentioned was Billionaire Black. So we took a trip out to Arizona to get with Billionaire Black, you know. For some reason, he can't come back to the rack or don't come back or, you know what I'm saying. So we had to go meet him out there. And, you know, he thanked you, you know what I'm saying, for saluting him as one of the drill pioneers, you know. But, you know, our interview just went up, you know what I'm saying. And just like in his music, Billionaire Black was very disrespectful in his interview, you know. He just had Blazing Doll in my DM going crazy on me this morning from the way he was, you know what I mean, talking about her.
I don't know what's going on, you feel me? Like, that bitch died, she died, you feel me? Like, bitches die all the time, they do slime shit. So, message to you young ladies out here watching this shit that think this shit cool. Slime shit. You think you gang, bitch, you will die. No cap. And I'm not saying that we gonna do it on anybody. It's like, I'm just letting you know, this world that we live in, it's not made for just keep it cute. Because the moment you step in a man lane and a nigga like that don't give a f, you feel me? He gonna smoke your dumb ass bitch. Like, and now look, your daughter rapping this shit.
And then she disrespected people too.
Like, and she doing the same shit. Like, you feel me? Like, you ain't learned from what your mama did. Like, oh shit, they wild right now.
Hey yo, don't mind my man.
But she gotta like, I don't know, bro. Focus
on your music. Continue doing your music.
Well, how you feel about Tay Savage sharing Blaze and Dog music? Like,
shit, with the music, he said he trying to support.
Yeah, that shit bumping. Like he said, all I can do is support her. That's the least I can do.
Shit got that shit looked at, didn't he?
Yeah, for sure.
I think her shit went up after he posted that shit.
And damn, it did. Shout out to Blaze and Dog. Her shit gonna go up more after this shit.
No, we ain't shouting her out.
That bitch.
That bitch is murder. We ain't shouting her out. That Missy Elliott. That big body, squirrel body bitch. Fat nose bitch. We ain't giving that bitch no flowers.
Okay. But tell us about Billionaire Black, bro. Just because, like, we understand that he is a drill legend and he is a drill pioneer, and at this point, he's one of the survivors. You know what I'm saying? From a deadly drill era, right? But if you could just reiterate, what makes Billionaire Black a GOAT in Chicago's drill culture?
What make him a GOAT, man? I'm gonna say the first thing. Billionaire was out there on them blocks. He was out there. He was out. I ain't talking about like no hiding and shit. I'm talking about he was out there. Can't nobody say he wasn't out there. So what he rapping about, he either seen or done it on everything, bro. That's what they be trying to take the credit at. He was out there on the front line. He was out there every day. While his friends was getting wiped out, he was out there. Far as the rapping, bro, like he helped Duck them. He helped Young. He helped all them, bro. You had to pay attention to Billionaire to watch how he running it back in the studio and all that shit, bro. Like he a GOAT, bro. Like he a GOAT, bro. He helped that side, bro. Like if it would have just been no Billionaire, ever been no Billionaire, Lil J don't really fuck with them, so we ain't gonna take him out. But if it was just Duck and them, they wouldn't have had as much buzz as, you know what I'm saying? Like with Billionaire, he brought that low end, made a lot of people from the low end pay attention to him, because he from Welch Rural, and he brought a lot of shit to the table, and he got hits, and he can make hits, like his hit songs, like what we consider hits in the streets, he got them. Hibachi could have been bigger than any song that was out, any song that Lil Baby got or something like that. At that time, Hibachi dropped. It was on fire. It just ain't no promotion behind it. It's just dropping on YouTube and, you know, get the YouTube crumbs, you know, instead of just pushing this shit. Right. But Billionaire GOAT, man. He was the start of it. Like I said, with E-Day, Duck, they was the first ones dissing, going back and forth. But it wasn't even Chief Keef. Chief Keef just get the credit because he got on. He got on and he had the whole rural, all the kids, you know what I'm talking about on it. But if you the credit goes to Duck, E-Day, and Billionaire.
Word. That's the drill pioneers. That's what you're saying.
Hell yeah. I ain't talking about no Pac-Man. I didn't never listen to Pac-Man. And I'm old. I ain't no disrespect to him or none of that, but I'm talking about far as they era and drill.
Right.
Cause if you want to say drill, I say Bum J is the king of drill. If you want to say drill, cause he been talking about that shit, all the shit that nigga talking about, bro. It was just way futuristic.
Yeah.
You know.
He was ahead of his time.
Yeah, he was ahead of his time. Shout out to Bump.
Yeah, because at that time we didn't know of or have drill music. You know what I'm saying? But Bump was talking that real gangster shit.
Yeah, he was talking all that gangster shit, bro.
Yeah. So I was going through your most recent, you know what I'm saying, interviews, you feel me? And shout out to A Humble Soul. You know, I see that's somebody that you be working with closely. And what was most interesting to me, bro, was a crazy story about C-Day shooting at you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, this nigga Trench he'd been in this nigga done lived 9 different lives. So you had a shooting with C-Day?
Oh yeah, this was when LA was alive on 63rd. He had seen me first. We was talking, me, him, LA. LA was telling him, like, he was telling him who I was and shit. So he was aware of who I was. But he sat back by the Walgreens on 63rd. It was a Walgreens, used to be right there. He sat back in the cut, and Duck was coming down the Green Line stairs, and he seen me pass my blunt to Duck and walk off with Duck around the corner. And so when I came back from walking Duck to halfway to Rose and walked back to King Drive, he was on it. He popped out the cut. LA was gone already. He popped out the cut, chased me, hit the Pepsi truck, hit a hype or something. But shit, I was up out of there on everything. It was just like at that time, that's what they was on, bro. Like if they see you with you, you gone. You know, I knew Duck all his life. We from the low end, but just cause I passed him my blunt and all that, I was in jeopardy, bro.
So because you passed FBG Duck a blunt,
I was walking with him.
that made C-Day want to get on that with you.
Yeah.
Why he didn't go after Duck?
Duck was already gone. I don't know why he ain't try to get him right there. Like I ain't know if he was watching. But when I made it back down to King Drive by myself, I got on my headphones. I'll never forget, I'm beating Wiz Khalifa. When I get paid, my checks be looking like phone numbers on my mama and something telling me to turn left. When I turned to my left, this little nigga was coming out the cut, bro, full force. And I ain't know who he was on at first until I, seen who it was physically. Like, yeah, like this nigga try to kill me. You know what I'm talking about?
Word.
Like, hell yeah.
Can you describe that adrenaline though, bro?
Oh man, that adrenaline shit deadly, bro. Like, I done been got caught by a couple people who was they ops. They pop up out of cuts. You know what I'm talking about? But by me, used to be BD and shit like that. That's a past in itself. If I was over there with you, like you ain't looking for me. You hear me? Most people are honor that. Like, nah, we ain't finna kill Swipe. There's folks and them brother, all that shit. So we ain't finna kill him. So I got a lot of passes off that shit too. But I done got some mean passes where the hair standing up on my neck, bro. Imagine being pitch black and a nigga telling you to come in the gangway. Like, for real. You was just going to get a blunt or something. I'm telling you, bro, that shit gets scary.
Wow.
That shit gets scary. For real.
Cause you'd have been around a lot of this shit that we talk about. You feel me? That's what made you start your own channel to share your experiences about it, right?
Facts.
So tell us one of your craziest Trench's news stories, meaning bro, I know that I was meant to be Trench's news because I was right here when this shit was happening.
Hey, actually, DJU, this shit it's unbelievable, and I understand why the fans be like, bro, how was he over here? How was he over there? But then I gotta keep on telling them, bro, when them buildings went down, bro, our project building spread it everywhere, and wherever my project was, everybody was going over there. Like if they was on, say we had somebody stayed on 86 and Morgan. Man, my whole half my block could go over there just to see that one house. That's how the project is. Who the fuck gonna say something to 81 cars pulling up on your block? Y'all got 2 guns and you see these niggas with sticks. You hear me? Big Jurassic Park shit. You ain't gonna say nothing, bro. All them niggas from the project buildings. you know, they figure it out after a while. So, man, I've been a lot of places, bro, just off living in the projects, bro. And that's how I move around. And wherever we able to stay, wherever my mom was able to go, I couldn't tell my mom we had no ops. Mama, I can't go to the crib or my granny. I can't come visit you, granny. My ops over there. Man, my granny coming out with broomstick and some more shit. Who looking for you? You know what I'm talking about? Like, who looking for you? Like, so I was able to go, unfortunately, I was able to go most of the city. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? Except for where the Mexicans at. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't never had to venture off into their areas, but all the black communities, yeah, hell yeah.
So you said that was a gift from being from the projects, but was there a curse that came with it?
No, bro, it was all the gift coming from the projects, cause it was like everybody really know each other, bro. Like playing crazy on this YouTube shit, bro. Hey, everybody who dead, bro, somebody who some kin to them or they knew it. They knew each other on both sides, bro. Yeah. You got people from the low end on this side who kids fighting this on this side from the low end. You know what I'm saying? T-Roy, whole family come from the low end. You know, Trey 5, whole family come from the low end. E-Dog, whole family come from the low end. You see what I'm saying? But then you got Duck and them over there come from the low end. You got Boss Trail and them come from the low end. What was the problem? Miscommunication, bro. That's all it was, bro.
Yeah. In our most recent interview with FBG Young and FBG Dutchy, we talked about how Wooski brother, Big Mike, you know, he was involved with a situation with King Von, you know. We talked about how, like, if he was to get out right now, he'd be real big in the blogs. And niggas like me would want to interview him. You know what I'm saying? Hey, so I want to ask y'all, it's like a random question, you know. You know they say, what's his name, Big Mike? That's Wooski brother. The guy that allegedly told on King Von, you feel me? He'll be coming home soon, you know what I'm saying? Y'all think he'll get a lot of love, like in the blogs and stuff? Y'all think he'll be like...
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna interview him. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna interview him. I just told y'all how y'all got this shit looking right now. That's a good story. You wanna know what happened? What led up to you to make your decision?
I can see him on DJU, Ken Capone, Truth Teller. He gonna be lit first week.
Man.
Oh my God.
Man, ain't that... So, like, you know what I'm saying? We all know that's the truth, right?
For sure.
So it's like...
But it be you niggas though.
That boy then be on black.
It be you niggas though who be f***ing this shit up.
Shit too.
Listen, it be you niggas who be f***ing this shit up though, fool. You be giving anybody a platform.
Nigga,
I ain't saying like niggas don't deserve it. I'm just saying y'all just be giving any nigga a platform. You feel me?
Yeah. Got
kids out here listening to this shit, watching this shit. Y'all be fucking this shit up, folks.
Yeah.
Cause you lit right now. So I'm gonna put this shit on you. You gotta hold yourself accountable for all the shit you doing right now.
Yeah.
You talking about yeah?
I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm real, you know, receptive of constructive criticism. But what's your thoughts on that? You know what I'm saying? When Big Mike get out, you think he go turn up in the blogs?
Hey, look, man. Hey, first of all, man, y'all can say what y'all want about him, but man, ain't nobody gonna do nothing to him, man, on everything, nigga. Hey, your favorite rapper rapped about it, but he taught your favorite rapper everything he know, nigga, on everything. And I know for a fact, on everything. Before it wasn't no Von, nigga, it was a Mikey. That motherfucker stayed in trouble. He stayed doing something. Police coming for him. Homicide looking for him. And Oblock, in Parkway then. He been like that, bro. Ain't nobody gonna play with him, bro. Yeah. Niggas on the internet talking that shit, bro. He ain't gonna play with him, bro. I know it. And not just cause he one man and, you know, I know a lot of people could kill or something like that, but ain't nobody gonna be focused how they be like saying like, oh man, he told on Von and all that shit, bro. You ain't gonna be hearing none of that, bro. I'm telling you. Cause if he catch you, he like that on everything. He really like that. But I suggest he block. Tell your story. Get on some Gangsta Williams shit. You know, who cares? You did more time than Von. You know what I'm talking about? You been gone. Who cares? You know what I'm talking about? Like, get your money, bro.
Yeah, because we talking about Wooski brother. You know what I'm saying? But we also talking about King Von Rappy. You feel me? This Wooski brother, but he got Oblock tatted on the middle of his chest the same way King Von do, right? So I was just doing my research on Big Mike, you know what I mean? And when I was doing my research, man, a reliable source told me like, yo, if y'all niggas think Wooski crazy, who y'all think he got it from? He got it from his brother. He got it from Big Mike. And so when I learned that, I said, oh, okay, this nigga must really be crazy.
Yeah, he crazy. He crazy. And Wooski picked it up from him. And Von them and all them, bro. Like, he been like, back then, 07, like that time, Shorty been bad. Like him and Bruh and probably J Money. Like they been the way they is, bro. Like you would think you would be like, man, the way he going, bro, he gonna die. Just saying that, for instance. The way they going, they gonna die. They shooting at people, they doing all this shit that you do in the community that you ain't supposed to be doing. And Big Mike, like, people they I know what they saying and they gonna do and he told on Vine and all that. But
even on that part, I don't mean to cut you off. But when I was doing my research, I was informed that it ain't like he walked in there and said, yeah, me and Von did it. It was more like he told them folks, yeah, we did it and we'll do it again. I heard he was on that type of time.
Oh yeah, that's the low dog shit. On everything. He like that. On some real shit, he like that. I'll do it again. If they said he said that, he probably did, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I knew him before all these people knew him. Like just being around him. Just our project in Oblock, my project in Oblock, and we seeing him running around. And he was one of the ones who been doing shit. Like it was no T-Roy then. It was none of them who Chief Keef or none of them. His name was Keef then. You know, so yeah, Mike is definitely a legend. He a legend. By him being King Von Rapper, he can get rich.
That's what I was gonna say too. Like, yeah, he got them type of allegations, but at the same time, if this nigga was running the streets with Von, it gotta be something to him.
Yeah.
It gotta be something to him.
Von stuck to him.
Exactly.
Cause he was like that. You know? It was just that when shit, like you said, when they went down, he probably felt like they had everything against them. And he really know they did it. And he like, I'll do it again. You know what I'm talking about? Like, but Von, like, you know, like, we gonna get out the back door. And Shorty
That's why Von got out.
Yeah.
He's still in there.
Von ended up getting out. So he really helped Von. If people look at it, he really helped Von. Cause by him not cooperating, he ended up getting 28 years. He could have easily said Von did it and been on. So it's like you know, you gotta take the good with the bad. But if I was him, I wouldn't give a fuck. I'm coming out, writing a book, telling the story, how I turned Von up. He wouldn't be like this if it wouldn't be no Von if it wasn't for Mikey. You know, like that.
Yeah, man, because this life shit, bro, you got to capitalize off your own stories, your own experiences. You know what I'm saying? And that's his story. You feel
That's
me?
his story. Can't nobody deny it or take it from him. And anybody who say something on some backlash shit in your comments or anything, hey, look, you was a kid when Mikey was running around doing that shit, bro. Like, they was pee-wees, I'm telling you. There wasn't no names who out here now. It wasn't none of them names, bro. It was Slutty. King who died with Von, he was out there. Like, it was his age group like that, and Mikey now. But nobody who was rapping now and Oblock and none of that, they can't tell you nothing. They could say, yeah, we knew Mikey, but you know, you can't deny none that I'm saying.
For sure that. And man, speaking of you know, crazy stories, like we said, that's his story, you know. I want to shift gears just a little bit outside the Chiraq shit, but you know, more on the YouTube world that we both involved in, right? Adam 22 is what I'm trying to get at. This man done let another man, you feel me? Now, before I ask my question, right? Because this is a trending topic, a serious topic, and it might be a sensitive topic for some, right? I just want to ask you, brother Trenches News, you know what I'm saying? Because you create content. Is there any dollar amount I can offer you to have sex with your wife?
Hey man, hey Adam, bro. That ain't your wife, man. On everything, that ain't your wife, bro. She f***ing for money or doing any of that, bro. Like that ain't. What's the use of being married? If she taking plane trips and f***ing niggas and you know about it, that's some weird shit to me, bro. Like what's the use saying you married to her? if a nigga could get on the internet and say, nigga, so shut up. I fucked your wife, I doggy style. Then, you know, they pounding. That's his wife, so he used to it. She used to all that shit. They pounding. They trying to knock a lining out her ass. On some real shit. Adam, man, that's some weird shit you on, man. And then another thing Adam I want to bring up, man, to ask a man how his dick work, man. I really think he was setting J-Mane up. I really think he be scouting for his wife. Because he asked J-Mane some real gay shit, bro. You know.
Folks said the dude here different. I want J-Mane to have sex with my wife.
Yeah, bro, that shit bogus, J-Mane. But I'm mad at J-Mane. Because you talk all this bug up shit. He was sitting right across. You ain't bug up or throw a punch out. Hey, look. You would have been more famous if you would have knocked his ass out that chair with your fist on everything. I would have clucked his ass. Trenches News knock out Adam 22 on everything. Famous the next day. You don't ask no grown-ass man no shit like that, bro. Like, that's foul, bro. That's foul as hell.
Yeah, that shit crazy. But since that shit done went up, man, you know, of course, Adam been making his own content off of it. You know what I mean? But he had posted something on Twitter that drove me crazy. He said, it's officially been a week since I let my wife do porn with another guy. I felt a little jealous at first, but overall, it wasn't that big of a deal. She watched me sleep with hundreds of girls, and it's never affected our relationship. He says, sleeping with that gentleman has been amazing for both her career and our business. Overall, I'm glad we did it, and I'm happy to report that her vagina has returned to its original pre-BBC size. This was the tweet that he wrote.
He is sick, man.
Hey,
so
that lets you know that it's all about the money for them. So what happens I can't say what happens when the pussy get dried up, because she have been to check the bag by then. You know, she'll have a lot of money, but it's like, yeah, they
at some point, bro, it ain't about the money.
Yeah, it ain't about the money,
Let's just
bro.
say that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let's just be real.
Right.
Yes, we all need money. Money is a tool. That's how we pay our bills. That's how we do what we gotta do. But bro, you gonna let a nigga fuck your wife? Bro, you do anything for some money.
Man, I'm talking about, hey, bro, look, I'm gonna keep it real with
like
you. Like
anything.
I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. Shout out to Crip Mac. I'm gonna keep it 5-5, cuz. You hear me? I'm gonna keep it 55th Street with you. Hey, if that bitch went on that plane, that house would have been empty when she came back on everything, bro. I would have been up out of that bitch on everything. Ain't no you watch me have sex with hundreds of women. Y'all don't need to be married then, bro.
Exactly.
If you f***ing hoes and she flying off, y'all supposed to be, that sound like some bachelor shit. You know?
No point of marriage, right?
No point.
So because they married, now he's considered a cuck. You ever heard that word?
I ain't never heard
I ain't never heard that word either, gang.
I ain't never heard it, but
Cuck. C-U-C-K.
is it like a custer or something?
Cuckold. The whole word is C-U-C-K-H-O-L-D. Cuckold. If you type it in on any porn site, it's like a nigga who watch other niggas fuck his bitch.
Oh, wow.
That sound like he a cuckold then, because he had the way he asked J-Mane that. He asked J-Mane, so how do your thing work? And then he licked his lip like a little bit like he's biting on his lip. I say, yeah, that's some weird shit, man.
Well, you know what? But with that being said, we not here to judge Adam 22 because there's so many weird ass people in this world.
No, but yeah, that's the truth. You know, we ain't judging it though. It's like he do.
He probably like that shit.
Yeah, he probably turned him on that we talking, we saying this shit about. But look, this
one probably turned him on and he see another man fucking his wife. That probably turned him on.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's crazy, bro. But to like put it out there like my wife is, you know, when you put shit out there like that, it's out in the open now. Because we ain't had to know that his wife fucked that dude or none of that. He putting it out there. So now whatever our opinion is, he got to respect it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, for sure. But, you know, he loving our opinion because it's turning his numbers up.
Hell yeah.
And that's all that he doing it for, right?
We really reviving. Yup. We really reviving for him.
Now, you know, in music news, bro, here in Chicago, Lil Durk most recently dropped his album, Almost Healed. Feel me? And on one of the songs, he said, Look at Fendi Boy, he touched on little boys, he pedophile. And shortly thereafter, you know, I learned from watching Church's News that Fendi got his jaw broke and some more shit, you know what I'm saying? And I just heard today that Fendi Boy is home. I don't know if that's a secret or not. But how impactful are Lil Durk lyrics to where, you know, he say a guy name in a song and then next thing we hear about him, he didn't got his jaw broke.
Fendi Boy, no, I don't think Lil Durk had no much impact on that ass whooping. That he was gonna get a community ass whooping wherever he go. The ops will link up just to whip his ass. He disrespected everybody, bro. He didn't even leave no room for him to have no space to bag out, bro. Like, for real. It was him and the little guy he was hanging with who got killed on Mother's Day in front of his mama's house. That's the only people who used to ride with him, bro. Everybody else who say they ride with him, they ain't never hang around him too long in the streets. On some real shit, he calls heat on himself, bro. He should have just took that little clout that he got off Duck and just switched it over to his music. Cause he don't know Duck and them in real life. He don't know none of them in real life. You know, I heard he know Drill in them though, but you know, Drill is denied. But yeah.
So who is Fendi Boy? You know what I'm saying? What made Durk say his name? Cause you know if Durk say your name, you damn they gotta be somebody, right?
Fendi Boy ain't nobody though, but he used to always troll Durk. Okay. Troll him, man. So that let me know Durk now was watching him. Cause he talk about Durk brother so much. I got D-Thing in my switch, keep on saying that shit all day, and I'm like, bro, I done came through his inbox and told him, like, bro, you don't know nobody, bro. Get your money. You know, get your money, bro. I remember when Fendi Boy first came around, my homie charged him for a feature. He charged him for a feature. Doug and them just happened to be in the studio. And that's how he met Duck. Took a picture with him. I'm a fan of yours. Ooh. So when Duck died, he just came out of nowhere with Dead Bitches, the remix, and blew up. And he just been trolling Durk and them, talking about his dead brother, talking about everybody dead brother.
Oh, so he made a Dead Bitches remix?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So that's why he got his jaw broken, jail.
Yeah. He made the remix for Duck, and, you know, every time he go, he gonna get his ass kicked. Everywhere he go, he gonna get his ass kicked.
Damn. Well, that's crazy, right? The diss song. Let's talk about the diss song, right? Because it obviously is a way to gain attention, traction. You know what I'm saying? It captures a lot of attention from your audience, right? But in 2023, bro, it seems like the diss song might be a little deadly more than it was, right? You know, we grew up on Jay-Z and Nas. You know what I'm saying? 50 Cent and Ja Rule. You feel me? But talk to us, Church's News, about the diss song. Like, you know what I'm saying? The impact it has on music today.
Man, it's like, well, like you said, we was growing up, bro. It was like, we used to be running to, we had like the box. It used to be a little thing called the box, and, you know, or we'll listen to the radio and Hot 97. You know, we'll figure out how to get Hot 97 or get around that shit. And it was like on the wax. We waiting on Jay-Z to reply. But nobody went down. Everybody was eating on all sides. You hear me? Jay the Kids and them, all them, even though they was warned saying that shit, bro, they was all eating, bro. You know what I'm talking about? It's like it was a facade, bro. And then you got like our drill. Like these are real lyrics in real time. What the fuck going on in the streets? You know what I'm talking about? Like, that's what a drill is. A drill is you rapping about what's really going on. And, you know, the guys don't, they, like, I don't know if it's uneducated, being uneducated and that things, they don't believe that, like, that's police shit. They say that, you know, the bloggers and, oh, man, you a police for reporting that, or you a police about this. But you saying this shit. You getting on your live with guns saying that you done killed all these motherfucking people. Mm-hmm. So if I screen record it and put it up there, man, it's already up on 1 million more sites, man.
I got it from you.
I got it from you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the difference between the drills, though. It ain't no on wax and on wax. and when we see each other, you know, it's all good, or a fist fight or something like that. It ain't none of that, bro. It's straight killing. Yeah. It's straight killing behind this shit, bro. With no money involved. And then the people who is killing, when they go to jail, the niggas ain't even there. The niggas ain't even there. I done heard Kiddo say that. He said on your couch. I done heard him say it, though, on somebody else's thing. Like, niggas left me for dead. You hear me? But then he was on your couch saying that, you know, my brothers, these are my brothers. So I was confused. You every time you see me, you don't see me with nobody, man, DJU. I'm telling you. You gonna see me because I got it out the mud. Ain't no niggas help me do this shit. Ain't no niggas say, oh, man, I see you doing YouTube. You need a light, or ain't nobody say none of that, bro. Ain't nobody share my shit. So what you need to get a cash out from me. You know, you ain't help me grind for this shit. You ain't getting nothing, bro. Like, for real. Me and Nene. That's who did it, bro.
For sure. So, like, when you see, I'm sorry, just going back to the dissing, what would you say is the most disrespectful song that has ever came out of Chicago?
The most disrespectful song that ever came out of Chicago. I'm gonna have to say this. I said it before, and I'm gonna say it again. That guy from Black Mob. Death for 150.
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, okay.
Death for 150.
The shell shit.
Yeah, that got to be the most disrespectful song. I say, man, when I heard that, I say, oh yeah, that's why they did, man. You know.
Yeah, I remember you said that in our last interview. So moving forward, right? Now that you done reached 100K subscribers, you know what I'm saying? Tell us how YouTube is looking for you now, right?
It's like I seen what I was doing, so now I'm trying to, you know, switch it over. I'm trying to do something else, something that'll keep them, you know, tuned in, and you know, but still, you know, it's still related to like the trenches, like that. A lot of people came through, congratulated me that I never think that came through, and be like from the streets, street niggas. Like, bro, I'm proud of you, bro. I don't know nobody who famous on everything. Like, they said to me, like, I don't know nobody who famous. Like, I'm proud you came from where I came from, bro. Like, for real. I wish I could do that shit. Or I motivate them. I'm finna start me a channel. You know, however I gotta motivate people, bro. But it got me some businesses, you know. You know, it got me a lot of shit, man. The YouTube, I gained a lot of shit off YouTube, bro. While people was laughing and, oh, he brime on the floor and all that shit, man, I was making sure that I never go back. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. Now it's their chance to be on the floor now. You know, they probably in somebody's crib on the floor. Mm-hmm. You know, the joke ain't funny no more. You know what I'm talking about? All laughing and broke swiping, all that. You can say that shit. You can say that shit on everything. Because every time when I go scan my card or swipe my card, that shit say approved on everything. You hear me? So that's all that matters now. Yeah. I can go and get whatever the fuck I want every day for 28 days and then get it again. You hear me? Like, I'm cool with that shit. I'm cool with it. It's a blessing, and I'm sure you understand the blessing that it is, bro.
For sure. That's what's up, man. So what I want to ask you, right, with everything that's going on in Chicago and even on the YouTube world from Chicago, right, we see J-Mane all over Say Cheese. He on No Jumper. You know, we see FBG Butter on DJUTV, you know. And, you know, after we interviewed you last time, we interviewed Butter and Shorty and them, right? And that's when he, you know, I had asked him about, you know, the time in which you had saved him. You know, I think he got his kneecap blew off. You feel me? So at that point, it looked like I was being messy because I just had talked to you about it. Then I asked Butter about it, and the stories didn't line up, you know. But man, what really happened that night? You know what I'm saying? Like, we know he got his knee shot off. But was you there? Because he said there was only like one hype outside. So all the fans were saying, okay, Trenches News was that hype. That saw everything.
Hey, no, man. I was actually in the car, bro. I was in the car riding past, bro. I was in the car. We was riding past. I was actually with Young and them Daddy in the car. and another person.
Okay.
And we was on our way to the studio, and we had dropped Manny off, and I had went with the hype to bring them to the hood to pick up Duck. Duck was at the stand on the other end, and as we ran through, before they even got shot, we seen like the play was seen. The whole play was seen them stalking and they lacking. Well, we seen them stalking first because we rolled past them first, and then we rolled past them, and before I could roll down the window and say, "Hey, bro, they coming," on everything, bro, the hype then skeeted over the road bump. He done stepped on the pedal, bro, on everything. That's the only way we couldn't. And everybody know that shit, bro. They don't want to admit it. They don't want to admit this shit, bro, but some more motherfuckers who sat on your couch, they know. They know deep down in their heart, like, he ain't lying, bro. You hear me? So I don't be mad. I don't be bothered what he say, bro. If that's his story, let him tell it. Yeah. You know, that's his story. I know what I seen, so I'm going to tell my story. You know what I'm talking about? I'm going to tell my story because it fucked me up. I still was there. After he left, I still was on the scene. So I'm seeing this shit. There wasn't no ambulance there when I was down there. On everything. It wasn't no ambulance, bro. Like, that shit fucked me up. So I could tell the story. Because I was there. It fucked me up. He was gone. We put him in the car. He was in the car that I was in. We put him in the car. So after that, after he got in the car and drove off, it's my story time. Right. You hear me? Because you still. Because I was still there. So it's my story time. You can't say, well, nobody told you or none of that shit. I was there. So it's my story. On some real shit. And people know that. People know, like I said, a few guys on your couch, they know I was there. You know what I'm saying? And Manny them, you know. But I be glad, like, when niggas like Manny and, you know, other people come out. Like Lil J came out yesterday. Yella asked him, you know who Trench News is? And he told him. He kept it real with him. Yeah, I know Swipe. That's my fucking boy. That's, you know what I'm talking about? Like, for real, bro. I knew him before all these dudes. You know? And he told him my stories was real. All my stories that I tell, bro, if I'm telling them it's real, I've been shot down, bro. Like, I've been shot down twice and put in a wheelchair and everything, bro. Like, I ain't got no reason to tell no stories. Like, to lie about this shit. Then who can make up so vivid? Like, so vivid and, you know what I'm saying? You could down to close your eyes and listen to him, bro, and be like, oh, yeah, I can. You know? Like, you know when the motherfucker lying, he making up shit. And then all them stealing my stories. All them stealing my story. They going through my catalog, remixing shit, and doing it, bro. But you can't lie when you see the years on YouTube. You know, like the Fredo in the Cut, that's a classic. I did that 2 years ago. J Main talking about it on Say Cheese now, though. At first he said I was lying. He capping. All the stories capping, but then J Main came out. You know, he still be talking about some, he put a little sauce on. I don't put no sauce on the nigga. I keep it 100, nigga. Y'all was on that porch, you got chased down, you was holding the hose as a shield. That's what I seen. Yeah. On everything. That's what I seen. Now, as far as what you make up and what you seen, but then his story was even graphic than mine. He said, nigga, arm was this way, arm was that way. He said, nigga said, quit playing at first, and he was shot in the stomach, all type of shit. I'm like, damn. Joking? Yeah, I'm just joking, yeah. I say, damn. I ain't hear all that, but I'm glad he came out with it, though. Yeah. You know, don't be ashamed of y'all stories. Come out with these motherfuckers. Everybody on the internet telling. On everything. Everybody telling. We all rats on everything. Fuck it. You hear me? I'm tired of people saying that shit. Niggas on the internet, We all rats then, nigga. We all telling the story, nigga. What you on the internet talking about? If you on the internet talking about another motherfucker, you one too, nigga. On everything. Yeah. You hear me? Like, come on, man. Like, I be tired of that shit. I'm chasing that paper, though.
Hey, so can you reiterate the Fredo in the Cut story for us? Because we've heard a few different versions, right? But we want to know the Trenches News story for real. Fredo in the Cut. Where did that phrase come from, and what is we talking about right now with Fredo in the Cut?
So Fredo in the Cut. That was a real lyric. That was a real lyric by Chief Keef.
Right.
But it wasn't Fredo in the Cut though. It wasn't Fredo in the Cut. That wasn't.
Say Fredo in the Cut. It's a scary sight.
Yeah. That was the song. But see, they don't know their history. Cause it was bitch niggas is cracking. Get off the porch, no lack it. Slide down the deuce. He saying slide down the deuce. Let the doors back like a round of applause we clapping. Listen to him. He telling you what it is, man. That was a real story, bro. But I threw it off with the Fredo in the cut, because that's a song that they'll know.
Right.
I couldn't say it's cracking. I had to put Fredo in the cut. But that song relates to the song too. But the original song, Bitch Nigga, is cracking. And he described the whole song. So I had told the story, but I never put nobody in it. I just said Fredo. I just told the story as if Fredo did it. You know what I'm talking about? Why they be trying to disrespect Fredo? He put belt to ass. You hear me? So I knew why J Mane always disrespected him. But I asked J Mane, don't disrespect Fredo, bro. Like, I was in the streets with Fredo too. You know, I used to be around 63rd, Oblock, all that shit. I know his little brother, Caper Boy. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, don't disrespect him, bro. He don't disrespect y'all, bro. You know, he kept on doing it. So I had told the story about, you know, you wasn't like that when your ass was on the porch holding the hoes as shields, using the hoe. And then he twisted it, which I'm glad he did, entertainment. Oh, them was some op hoes. Them wasn't no op hoes, man. Them hoes that be over there with y'all every day, man. You hear me? You seen the opportunity and you motherfucker. Right. You know what I'm talking about? You ain't want to get killed, man, because you ain't never been shot before. So you don't know how it feels. So, you know, but that day, it was like hot in the hood. And I was inside the crib to the porch that they was on. I was inside the crib. We was smoking. And we smoking this shit and we listen to the music. Then next thing you know, my homie leave out the back door, finna go and bust a serve. He called us like, hey, how the back door open, man? I see some niggas standing in the alley though. But he ain't never called us back. He said he seen the Fredo standing in the alley, but he ain't know if he was sure if it was him. So we like, man, just go ahead on. If it's Fredo, he know you. You know what I'm saying? Never told this unexclusive. You know what I'm talking about? This exclusive right here. So he had left out. We at the table, smoking, all of us. And then next thing you know, it's powerful shit. We hit a gate. We thought the lock was on the gate because the crib that we be at, we put a lock on the gate. Once everybody in the crib, we put a lock on the gate. You know what I'm talking about? So nobody won't just be coming on the porch and chilling and shit like that. So we ain't know how J Mane and them ended up on the porch because we thought the lock was on the gate. But when we looked out the window to see what was going on, this all I see. J Mane got two holes, literally. He got two holes. His back towards the wall. And he using the hole, and he doing like this, goddammit. Like, he using the holes as shields. That's a real story. Now, what's the name got low? We see Skinny all the way down the street. Skinny hit the road running. Me. He had to hit like a turbo on his ass because he flew down like Sonic. And, you know, this motherfucker scattered out. It was a motherfucker across the street hit. It was, you know, Butter. It was, and some other dude was hit. You know, it was a scary sight, man. And then after the smoke cleared, like, yeah, it was a scary sight. It was a scary sight, bro. And that was a real story. But they said my story was fake. That's the whole thing about it, though, right? But they come out. Just like on one interview, Butter said that he was like, no, you wasn't there. But then on Cam Capone, he forgot 9 months ago, 10 months later, before this, you said I was there. So it was like, you know, yeah. It's like, you know, they come out eventually though, DJU. Mm-hmm. You know, my stories come in real time. And when they come in real time, the real fans be like, you said this, Swipe. Right. You said this shit, Swipe. You hear me? I know they watching me. Puda Lil Flair. Shout out Lil Puda too. I've been telling them for 2 years to start a tour around Oblock. Y'all be millionaires. Y'all ain't got to do nothing. And if you a real nigga, you'll go to the other side and be like, hey, look, we got this going on, bro. We'll feed y'all, not to come over here and shoot. Nigga, this a tourist attraction. The other side should want it too. This what Duck from. This what Lil J them from. Tourist attraction. Tour attraction that hood. Y'all could get paid, bro. Stop the violence. All the hoods can really, though. If Lakeside and No Limit do it. You know how many fans around the world that want to go over there and see what Cairo from, G Herbo from? You hear me? They got to use their heads, though, and see the bigger picture, bro. Like, Young Money could be a tourist attraction. Now everybody got money and can go about their business, because this one thing I do know for sure. And I'm going to go on Channel 9 News. They going to let me talk to my city. This one thing that I do know. A motherfucker who get into the bag ain't got time for no bullshit.
Not at all.
You ain't got time.
Not at all.
On that, you ain't got time, man. That's like a nigga working. If you working from 7 to 3 or 7 to 12, whatever you working shift. Man, you come home, nigga tell you to slide. Man, I just got off work, man. I'm on my ankles hurt, dog.
Go home.
Hell yeah, nigga. I'm
to
finna
bed.
smoke my weed and chill, nigga.
Yeah.
You hear me? Like, for real, bro.
I gotta work in the morning.
Like, for real. I be talking about the drill shit and all that shit, bro, but my message is for the kids, bro, for the youth, for the niggas who want to get out. You know what I'm talking about? You allowed to get out. Any game. You know, don't let them tell you that you're allowed to get out. You know, and a person who in the game should want you to get out. They should want you to be better. You know, see a person doing good, bro, push them. You know, that's what it's about, bro. But that's what my YouTube page about, though. You know, I've been saying it since I came on YouTube. What about the kids? If we keep on killing, we gonna have to mix these kids in, because like Duck kids and T-Roy kids, you know, Duck kids and J Money kids, they the same age, 8, 9 years old, 7 years old, all that. Right. The killers right now, they saying on the news, they saying 11 to 14, 15, them the killers, them the ones who going to the Audi home for murders. You hear me? So if that's the saying, give Doug and them kids 4 more years, y'all think this something. Y'all think this some shit. And just imagine you knowing who the ops is. Because you got people running around the house saying they the ones who killed what's in that so-and-so. And these kids picking up, bro. All they kids picking up, bro, on this shit, bro. They watching this shit, bro. On everything. They got YouTube and they know when motherfuckers talking about they daddies and they uncles and shit like that. Like Vine kids. They don't shield shit from the little boy. They have bow bow. Like, that shit ain't cool, bro. That shit ain't cool. Come back to bite you in the end when y'all visit them at, you know what I'm talking about, in Cook County on Division 9 for a murder. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah.
Yeah, that shit is crazy. And that's the way Chicago is nowadays. I'm glad you just put a light on it. You know what I'm saying? So when we think about Trenches News and we watching him on YouTube, you know, we tuning into his lives. You know, because you get a lot of engagement, a lot of different fan activity, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, your message is for the kids. You feel me? Talk to us more about that, like, you know, what are you reporting? You know what I'm saying? Like, you Trenches News, so, you know what I'm saying? What are you reporting to the trenches?
I report all the stories. All the stories. Say, it don't matter from, you know what I'm saying, from what's on the news to what's on the streets, if they put it on the internet. Like, I don't go digging in the streets trying to find shit that's in the streets. That shit come right in my yard, man, right across my screen, notification. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And once I see it, I'm going to report about it. I'm a Trenches blogger, you know, so you can't be mad. But my message at the end of the day, it's always a message. You know, so you see what he did, just like Fats, for instance. Fats, 800 Fats. Okay. He crashed out. You know what I'm talking about? Crashed out, kill at, hey, kids. You see, when you think you in the gang, you think you know what I'm talking about, the toughest man and all that shit, this what happens. Now you in jail pointing fingers. You know, this what happens. I just try to use every situation, bro, to relate to the kids, back to the kids that, you see him, he just got 115 years, Gyro City, 50.
50 shots.
Only thing a nigga can say is free you. You don't want to hear nothing. You got 115 years. Nigga ain't talking about this. What conversation do I have for you? I can't even call home with 115 years. You know why? Because all they talking about is what they going through. When you call a nigga from jail, they, oh, man, these bills, man, and these, man, I ain't even want to call home my 4 years. I ain't going to lie. Hey, OG, you know my ID number. Just send that paper. You hear me? If you got something for me, just send it.
Because, look, I'm glad you just brought that up, right? A lot of niggas get locked up and feel like people on the outside world revolving around them. Like, nah, we still got bills to pay.
Yeah, and that's what I be telling people. Like, when I first went to the county, I seen a nigga on his phone, right? He ain't go to commissary. He missed commissary. His girl didn't know how to do the shit, so he missed commissary. And he was on the phone the next day. Bitch, what up? Cussing out his mama and them and everything, bro. I'm like, nah, bro. You can't do that, bro.
Hell no.
Hey, look, you in here. You need them, bro. You need them, bro. I'm talking about, you can cuss them out all day. Hey, what it's gonna do? I told him, hey, look, just mark my words. Call back to Dan tomorrow and see if they answer for you or they ain't answer for him. He like, you right. I say, now send a message through somebody else and tell them you sorry and all that shit and watch they pick up the phone for you, bro. Like, for real, bro. I just try to tell people experience that I've been through, bro. Everything that I've been through. For if you want to laugh about sleeping on the floor, I don't know another person who haven't slept on the floor. When we went over Granny's house, it wasn't enough room for all her grandchildren. So some of us had to make pallets. And we was okay with making pallets and had the TV right there because we was closer to the TV. We had our Captain Crunch cereal right there. You know what I'm talking about? Bowls on the floor. So it was all good. You hear me? So we never tripped about that. But you got people who be laughing about this shit. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I just try to tell everybody it's okay, man. It's going to be okay, bro. Just believe in God. Keep pushing, bro. And I'm telling you, bro.
Because there's beauty in the struggle.
Yeah.
You feel me? Trust your struggle.
Yeah, I trust your struggle, man. Trust the process, bro. I never complained when niggas was balling. All the scammers I done been around, seen them with 30, 40,000. You know what I'm talking about? They my homies. I ain't even think about taking it. Well, I did think about taking a couple of them, but
because your name is definitely swiping.
You know what I'm talking about? I did think about taking a couple of them down, but I waited my turn, bro. When I was around Dark, the famous Dark, King Dark, who they say Keef and them be rapping about, Dark gang, we don't, yeah. You know what I'm talking about? I watched them ball out. They'll come back, you know, buy me and Fredo a pair of shoes, take us to the mall or something, buy some clothes or something, you know. But I'm like, damn, bro, we riding around with guns with these niggas. You hear me? Like, we jeopardizing our life, you hear me? A pair of shoes or outfit or something like that, I had to think about it. I waited my turn, though. I waited my turn I deserve all this shit. But I waited my turn. I never hated on nobody. And now that I got something, now it's like behind you. I ain't trying to root for you. You know what I'm saying? Because I can help you more. I can help you better than you saying something bad about me. You know what I'm talking about? Now I can hurt you too. You know? Because the people I fuck with, don't fuck with them. Like, I be getting people a lot of money off the blog interviews. Bloggers will call me and be like, who you think I should interview, bro? I got this amount on the budget. They don't even be knowing I be sending them their way, bro. Even though they say bad shit about me. I just want to see niggas eat. Who I think should eat this week? Oh, I'm going to give it to him. And they go and do an interview with them. So I ain't no hateful nigga. I just, you know, try to do the best I can to help everybody I can. You know, I might can't give you money all the time, but if I can help you some other way, then shit, I helped you.
For sure. That's what's up, man. When we interviewed 051 Kiddo, he talked about BDK Fridays, right? When Lil JoJo had the BDK song.
And on boat, we used to have BDK like every Friday, and it was buzzing. It was buzzing every Friday. I was out here.
Hey, so what was BDK Friday though? Like, what was that?
It was buzzing. We used to have like little parties and shit, kickbacks. On boat, it was buzzing.
And last year when we interviewed Oblock J Hood, he talked about like the parties in the hood after JoJo was killed, right? Some crazy parties. True that you all threw a party in Oblock when that happened?
I remember it like it was yesterday. I'm sitting on the block right now, just like this. I remember it's raining. We upstairs on the third floor at KK and them crib. It was me and Tway in that bitch. I probably don't know Tway, probably do, probably don't. But it's me and Tway in that bitch, and I cannot remember who called my phone. They look, JoJo just got killed. For what you on? I'm what? I hop up like, y'all lying on, bro. I'm like, I knew it was raining for a reason. We asking, because this was later that night. I think what had happened, it was daytime, but we didn't find out until it was like later that night. It's raining and shit. And yeah, bro, them threw a party. Like, it was a whole party. That bitch went up. It was a whole party, folks. Like, that's just what it was. I don't know if the party was gonna go on, period, or like was it though because of him. All I know, I was in that bitch and we was in that bitch doing our thing. That's all I can tell you.
Were you around for either or?
Yeah, I was around. I was around that time. Some of the parties, some of the cribs that they had the party in, I was living in. So it ain't that I be kicking it with them in the crib. They was in the crib while I was living at. You know what I'm talking about? They bringing their friend, Boss Crizzy, who was here. Boss Creed. he, you know what I'm talking about, they coming over his house. You know, so it'd be like Lil JoJo, P. Rico, them.
So these the BDK Fridays.
Dooski, them. Even the niggas who claim BD will be up in there. You know what I'm talking about? Killer Kells, them, they BDs, bro. You hear me? I knew Killer Kells when he was from Lamron. Like, I don't know. I like JoJo real. When I seen him with JoJo, I'm like, damn, he over there. But I ain't hate that he was over there because I know it got to be a reason. So I don't question shit, but hell yeah.
Like bro said, those parties was really busting.
Oh yeah, they was busting. They was busting. They had unity then. Like, I knew it was a bad idea though. I promise you, bro. I told Cash, I told Duck, I told a couple of they ass, probably Lil J and Billionaire too. I was like, bro, it ain't good to link, bro, with no niggas, bro, and bring them over y'all block, bro, and be showing them everywhere y'all be at. You know what I'm talking about? Because when y'all get into it with these motherfuckers, now they come to every spot to shoot this bitch up. Only one took heed was Cash. Cash started getting into it with their ass. You know what I'm talking about? Cash was like, you ain't lying, bro. You know, but that Lincoln shit got a lot of people killed, bro.
Yeah. Speaking of FBG Cash, bro, was something that you had pointed at in our last interview that I didn't get to touch on, pause, was the FBG Cash and Chief Keef mom situation. Can you tell us more about that?
Oh yeah, Cash was used to come under the buildings with my little homie and Oblock. Cash been in Parkway. By the way, for y'all don't know, Cash been in Parkway chilling. You know what I'm talking about? Like, that's why I be like, when they be like, oh, war, it wasn't no war then, bro. Cash was up in that bitch in 08 with us, 08, 09 with us. You hear me? Like, he coming under the building with us shooting dice and everything. That's what he had, was talking to Lolo, which is Keith mama. And, you know, she like young dudes. You know, Cash was young. Now that I know how old Cash is now, you know, he was young. You know what I'm talking about? She want a young flipper. So Cash had bumped her, and then, you know, he used it as ammo. Right. But that was foul, though, man. That was some foul shit to do, man. You don't record no nigga mama, bro. But I guess ain't no rules to war. But that was foul to me, and I told Cash that shit. Every time I seen Cash, and I thought about it, like, nigga, you bogus, nigga. You record niggas' mamas, man. You know, he'll laugh, though. He'll just laugh. Cash was a cool dude, too. Like, I got to see the cool side of them. I got to see the soft side of them. I got to see the real side of them. You hear me? Like, all they know, all the bloggers and shit know is the tough side of them. Right. They only know the gangster side that they portraying, bro. I know the soft side. I seen you cry before, nigga. Not because your homie got killed either, nigga. You hear me? Like, for real, all of them. My girl left me. I done seen all that shit. Right. Like, I got some stories I could tell, but, you know, they wouldn't like them. Like, for real.
Them be the best stories, though, right?
Yeah, them be the best ones.
Every nigga got a soft spot, right? You
For
know
sure.
What I'm saying? Real men cry. You know what I'm saying? Even the toughest nigga, he'll shed a tear if you hit him in the right spot. You feel me? So, you know, like you said, a lot of the bloggers, they take these Chicago guys and just think they're the most toughest niggas on earth, right?
Yeah, bro. And a lot of them ain't like that. Like, for real. Like, a lot of them ain't like that at all, bro. Like, for real. And it be like, it's like, it becomes at a certain point. That's why I listen to you. I be listening to you when we be talking behind the scenes, and when we be talking about, like, it's the entertainment part and all that shit, it's like, I understand it because that's what they portraying. You know, you got to hold up an image. Mm-hmm. But really, you ain't like that or gonna slide on nobody or none of that. Because just imagine, I ain't gonna tell you I ain't gonna tell no nigga be on no internet time. I'm finna slide on you right now, drop your low. I ain't gonna do that. Because if somebody come clip you, I'm charged with the murder now. Mm-hmm. Conspiracy. Mm-hmm. You know, so I ain't gonna do that, but they do it. And if you was really gonna go and get somebody, you ain't gotta do no internet shit like that. You could just go and get them. That's how I know that people ain't really, it's this entertainment. Because people talk that shit and ain't gonna do nothing, bro. It's just entertainment for clicks and views, bro. And everybody do that. Everybody do that. Certain people say, like I said last time, certain people say, certain people be like, oh man, he reporting about this or he reporting about that, bro. If you reporting, period, bro, let's just call it what it is. We all 12. I don't mind being 12. Long as them checks keep on coming in like 12, call me 12, goddammit. On everything. Don't stop it. Don't stop till you get enough. You hear me? Yeah, that's to the people who always saying that shit. That's to y'all. Hey, look, long as the money come in and I'm getting paid better than 12 on everything, you might need to upgrade to 13. It's the real 13. Shit. Yeah, upgrade to 13 to 14. Don't call me 12. Call me 14. On everything, bro.
So look, in other hip hop news, bro, that I want to get your thoughts and opinion on, the trial of rising South Florida rapper YNW Melly has been going on for the past few weeks. YNW Melly, whose real name is Jamel Demus, right? He is facing 2 first-degree murder charges of a couple of his friends. You know what I'm saying? YNW Sack Chase and YNW Juvie. So this is going on right now. He's facing the death penalty out in Florida. George Zimmerman ain't get hit with the death penalty in Florida. They let him walk. They let him walk scotch free. But tell us, you know what I'm saying, what's going on? What you think was going on with Melly right now? You think they gonna let him off, or is he looking at some trouble?
I ain't gonna lie, man. I ain't gonna lie. Melly cooked, man. He
think
cooked.
So?
He cooked. The other guy cooked. The only thing that I don't understand though is y'all know that this nigga was riding around with these bodies, right? The other nigga, not Melly, his homie. Y'all know for sure he was riding around because I heard the tape when him telling him where he rode to and all in circles until he dropped them off at the hospital. So how is he on house arrest? How is he fighting a double homicide from the house and he was the last person with these motherfuckers that we know for sure, you know? But they got Melly. It's like what? Like I don't understand. Melly could have left his phone in the car and got dropped off, and he did some shit. But I think they fucked up when they said that it was a drive-by shooting, man. Like they got traces and lines, bro. Like my people work for forensics. I got an auntie who work for forensics, bro, and she come and do the dot shit. So I know that shit is like accurate, bro. They could tell which angle it came from and everything. So you can't lie and say that it came through the back and the back window ain't shot out, bro. Or you try to shoot from the inside. They could tell if it came out just about how the glass is, bro. Like, for real. And then, you know, you could try to vacuum up some shit, but if you shot a hole through the window from the inside, you know that glass went everywhere, man. They coming to collect. All they got to do is find one piece, bro. And you know what I'm talking about? Like, you through. I just think they did some fucked up shit, man. Whatever, however the situation is, man. Like, some fucked up shit happening. You know, they just stuck now, bro. But the guy on house arrest, though. So I don't understand that. He on house arrest while his Melly been in jail, bro.
So he probably told on him or something?
No, because he going to court. He ain't said nothing.
Right, but he on house arrest while Melly locked up.
Yeah, like, I don't understand that. Like, why is Melly in jail and he in jail? I mean...
He on house arrest.
Yeah, he on house arrest. I don't understand that. It was weird. I seen him walk in the courtroom and ask for movement. I'm like, these niggas greedy out here, ain't they? You asking for movement, nigga. You fighting a murder, nigga. Like, what the f***? Like, nigga, I'll be selling tray files out my crib and that motherfucker thing, nigga. I'm fighting a double. I can go down for a double in Florida. Nigga, pills out the back doing everything. I'll be jugging like a motherfucker. You know, it's just fucked up situation, though. But I think Melly, I think they gonna get hung, bro. Just off that health app. I told people before they even brought the health app up that I had brought my iPhone 12 and the health app, and I was in the gym running. And then I looked at my phone, and this said, you ran 2 miles. And I'm like, hold the up, bro. How the my phone know that I just ran 2 miles? So my wife, she an analytics major. And she know all that shit, bro. And she told me, like, this a tracker. It's like a human tracker, bro. It's tracking everything, your movement, your health, your heart rate, everything. So you caught, bro. You caught. You caught with this. This what catch you, bro.
Yeah,
you caught, bro. They ain't even got to catch you off the your phone pinging, they gonna get you off the health app. On everything, they gonna get you off the health app.
That's crazy. They'll get you off the health app.
Yeah, bro. Like they gonna be able to tell if he was walking, riding a bike, or anything. That shit'll pop up on everything. That you could delete anything, bro. Like I seen 100K track the guy, and he was saying, you know, they wiped the phone, and man, you ain't wipe shit. You ain't wipe shit, man. They got a machine in the police station, bro, on everything, and put it up in there. And once they stick it up in there, everything that you deleted gonna pop right on their screen, bro. Everything. For real, bro. Like, this shit serious, bro. You can't delete. I thought I could delete shit. My homies never thought we could delete shit in the phone, bro. And the police end up catching all that shit, bro. Like, for real. So, don't think you can get away with shit.
Yeah, man. And speaking of Melly, bro, when I was DJing for King Von, one thing that I noticed is the relationship him and Melly had, right? So, like, anytime Melly would call Von phone from jail, Von was picking up on the first ring, and he was talking to him the whole duration of the phone call. Like, you know, he never turned him down or told him he was too busy or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? And it used to make me wonder, like, yo, how do these things connect so, you know what I'm saying, so closely, so tightly? You feel me? Von being from the Rack, Melly being from Florida, you know what I'm saying? And so when you see these type of activities that they into, you know, it'd be like, well, I guess birds of a feather flock together, you know what I'm saying? So you say Melly, he probably gonna have to sit down. You think Melly guilty?
I don't know if he guilty, but I know how them people in the jury box be on what they be on, bro. Like, you ain't never took shit to trial. That's why I always cop out, cause you know you just looking at that box and you see them farmer suits and the fucking things like that, bro. You be like, nah, bro, I'm taking that time, bro. You know.
You know, Von took the trial. He walked out that scotch free.
Yeah, Von took it to trial, but you know every situation ain't gonna be my rappy ain't cooperating, and so now they can't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's why Mikey got the 28 years, because he didn't cooperate. He refused. So that's why he got it. And that's how Von got off. I think Von got off because, oh no, they got off because he refused to cooperate, bro. And so they said, since you refuse to cooperate, they hit his ass with it. Yeah. You know?
Well, free Melly, you know, we go hope and pray the best for him.
Yeah, I pray for him, but it's just like a lot of shit that was dead dumb, bro. Like once you hear like with the shooting of the window, bro, you like, come on, man. They did a drive-by. If a nigga do a drive-by, you think these people ain't gonna go and replay this shit?
Right.
Like you gotta think. And that's all I think, you know, but shout out to all of them. I ain't gonna say free no niggas, man, cause you inciting riots for the kids and shit. Like, I don't be with that, DJU. Like, a nigga in jail, bro. Like, you guys teach yourself how to not go to prison. All right, what the fuck I'm gonna say free you fuck? You beat a murder, then get out here and doing the same shit. Like, I ain't saying free no nigga like that. Like, you just waiting to die, you know? I say free people who innocent. Free people who, like D Rose. Free D Rose for 600. Free him, he innocent. He ain't do nothing. He ain't do it. I know Vinzel too. I love Vinzel. I know Vinzel personally. Like, been around him and everything, bro. A lot of people say his name, but I've been around him, talked to him, he respect me and everything. He ain't killed Vinzel. He innocent. And my wife working right now with the Innocent Project, try to get him up out that bitch.
Wow. Yeah, we heard people like FBG Butter, you know, speak on D Rose and saying that he ain't do that, you know? So that's an interesting case for sure. Free D Rose. So did you have a relationship with FBG Duck before he died?
Yeah. Hell
okay.
Yeah.
Because, you know, a couple of fans were saying that was Trench's News that recorded the video of him dying.
Hell nah.
Okay.
Hell nah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was your relationship with Duck like?
Man, I love Duck, bro. Like, I love him, bro. I'm hurt that he gone. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like, Duck wasn't the image that everybody think either. Like, Duck was a cool, real nigga. He wasn't no nigga who's sliding and all that shit like everybody be thinking, bro. Like, nah, bro. He too tall, bro. He too big. You hear me? He would have been got caught. a nigga 6'5" chasing the nigga down the street. A nigga would have been told on him. You hear me? Like, nah, bro. Duck was just, you know, around his environment. Like, he wasn't no bitch either. He wasn't no bitch or taking no disrespect or none of that. He'll whoop some ass and everything. But he wasn't the killer that everybody be saying. He ain't, nah, no. Like, Duck was a real dude. Came from the low end. Man, every time I was around Duck, it was a movie, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie, it was a movie. Shorty in the studio, I got a chance to see how, you know, greatness. I've been around for a lot of his songs that's hits. I was in the studio when they was made, bro. A lot of these songs that they got, Dutchy and them, that's hits, I was in the studio with them when they made the shit. So, you know, I be feeling good, bro. I be feeling good about it, but it's just hurtful, like, you know, when the shit came out, you know, with Duck, it's like, damn, bro, it took 8 motherfuckers, 9 motherfuckers, you know, to plot on one person, bro, like, it's hurtful, bro.
Yes, and speaking of the 5 Oblockians that's accused of, you know, taking him out, their trial is coming up, you know what I'm saying? And we were just speaking about the YNW Melly trial, but what are your thoughts on the trial for the Oblock 5?
Man, you gotta know when to hold, and you gotta know when to fold, man. That's all to it, man. Like, you know, you just gotta tell yourself this. It's a situation that happened with McAdoo. I don't know if you seen that case.
We interviewed Mac.
But not McAdoo, the rappy, his rappy, Lil Scud.
Okay.
So, Lil Scud.
That's who rapping, I'm sorry, I don't know.
McAdoo rappy.
Okay.
On the double homicide.
Okay.
So it just came out, right? Now check this out. This how evil the internet is. This how evil the word snitch is. This how evil it is. The judge come to you, right, and say, look, or however your attorney do it, we gonna give you, for them 2 murders, 26 years at 50%. We get that to both of y'all. Folks, what you wanna do? Man, I ain't taking nothing. Man, I'm finna take that 26, bro. 26 years at 50, that's 13. We got 6 in, 7 years in. Shit, I'm finna go and do that nickel, be right back home. That's smart, right? For a double homicide. Max say no. So now they on the internet. Lil Scud told. How the f is he tell, bro? Well, what the f is he telling?
Right.
26 years at 13 years at 50, bro. See, and that's what I mean. These shorties, they get in the streets, they catch these cases, and they don't know when to fold. They trying to get back out to the fans. If we beat this case, we gonna be bigger than ever. On everything. Niggas better get on some Terrence Gangsta Williams type shit. They be acting like they with this shit. Hey, but look at Gangsta Williams. I love Gangsta Williams. I respect him. I watch his shows. He a real dude. On there, he say, man, I did a chord I couldn't do no more. On my mama. You hear me? So what? He pulled up some dead motherfuckers and, hey, he had to do what he had home, though. He fresh lining. He eating good. You hear me? Like, you gotta, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I'm talking about? At this point in life, bro.
Yeah.
At this point in life, you gotta do what's good, best for you. You can't be talking about no gang and all that shit. Hell no. What's best for you? Now, McAdoo, by him taking that time, right? He got a chance to come home, see his family, get right with God, go and get a job. McAdoo get crack, he get 90. Who gonna remember McAdoo? Besides Mac a real nigga, you gonna hear him in Memo songs and the rest of these nigga songs. Who gives a f about a real nigga in jail? Who cares about McAdoo in jail? It's only gonna be a couple members that be like, oh, that's McAdoo. The rest of them niggas out west and all that shit who fighting murders, man, f that nigga. Whoever he is, you a nobody in there. You a R number, M number. That's what you is when you go to jail. Nobody care about who you is on the streets, bro, when you go to prison. And in the county, yeah, you a star. When you go to prison, bro, you a R number. If you get too loud, they gonna ship your ass to another joint somewhere. If they see you kicking it with your homies and them too tough, you gonna go to another joint. They run the jails, bro. And that's why I tell the youth, like, you gonna lose all around the board, bro. Like they running jails and everything.
Man, when I was watching my competition content, Oblock J Hood, he claims that Cam Capone News made Trenches News a star. And Oblock J Hood calls your work destructive. Okay? I don't think anything destructive about your work, but what are your thoughts when you see other bloggers reporting on your work as such?
I don't understand, I'm proud of J Hood the way he went, I understand the godly thing and that's how he went. But look, you gotta take it into account. You saying that my content is destructful, right? It's destructful and all that. But can we a year ago when Vaughn had all these bodies and all of them did this and the whole Oblock did PPP, you don't remember that shit? You don't remember them stories from him? When everybody got bodies, dude killed him, that was destructive. Because by you saying that, look, Lil Mister got killed, for instance. He did a story and said that Vaughn them supposed to kill Lil Mister, right? So what if somebody was already dead for the Lil Mister incident? If somebody was already dead, then that means that they feeling like they killed the wrong person. And by them killing the wrong person, now they got to go after somebody else. Vaughn gone, so who do they go after? Oblock. So all his content at that time was like really putting heat on Oblock. Because you saying that they didn't kill Blood Money, they didn't kill they didn't kill that. That's destructive. Now you go and change your life and switch your platform, and now all our shit devilish. No, it don't work like that. And plus, and plus I helped J Hood, bro. If you go back to it, how he got on YouTube, bro, I put him on my channel, bro. He started off on my channel, bro. They never say that, though. They never say that. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I help people, bro. A lot of people. Everybody I help try to stab me on my back somehow, some way, bro. But when you believe in God, bro, like I do, I don't believe in the King David or none of that shit, bro. I don't believe in that shit. I don't believe in no people who are alive who started something. I believe in God, so God be with me. He helped me fight all these wars. I done had 20 people on YouTube attack me at one time, bro. They ain't nowhere now. They ain't nowhere. You don't even see them on the face of the earth, probably. Because it's just God, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
So I just think.
When I do my research on YouTube, bro, it seems like a lot of people, for some reason, have an issue with the fact that you was good in Oblock and you was good on STL. You know what I'm saying? And they say the only people that could be good in both hoods is like a crackhead or something. You feel me? Like a hype or something, So, was Trenches News a hype in his past time?
No. I don't even do drugs, bro.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I don't even do drugs. And when I did do something like X pills, triple stacks, everybody was Batman and whatever, the naked ladies. Everybody was off them bitches there in the 06. Lifestyle, nine, make it. Gucci era, everybody was off a pill, bro, and Wayne era. Everybody was off a pill. But I ain't never been no crackhead, or I don't drink liquor. On everything, bro. If you see me holding up a bottle on YouTube, bro, I was either promoting it or it's something that somebody around me was drinking. I don't drink. I stay on point, bro. On everything. I don't smoke. I don't smoke it unless we in a setting like this or at home, bro. I don't just be outside rolling up no blunts or none of that, bro. I don't do that. I pay attention to everything I do. So, yeah.
Since though it's the 4th of July, right? Happy holidays, happy Independence Day to those who celebrate it. I was hearing stuff, when I was doing my research about Chief Keef and King Von robbing houses on the 4th of July. Is that a Chiraq myth or a real Chiraq legend story?
No. It was on the Bud Billiken.
Okay.
On the Bud Billiken day. See, if you ain't from Chicago, then you don't know. At that time, Bud Billiken is like you going to Hollywood. You seeing all the stars, you seeing the rappers, you seeing all this. See, that's what J Hood f***ed up at. Because he said that don't nobody go to the Bud Billiken. You a lying motherfucker. On everything. You a lying motherfucker. The Bud Billiken is when they passing out book bags. You can get potentially anything thrown to you. All the food people out there to make the money. Hey, look, I went to Bud Billiken. When people stopped going to Bud Billiken, I'm going to say 2011. It was over with. It was over at 2010, 2011. But before that, they used to hit cribs. That was the best time to hit cribs.
Ain't nobody at home.
And don't tell me that they didn't hit the cribs. I don't want to implicate myself, but
your crib got hit?
No, but I'm just a little bit advanced.
Oh, you ran there and took the shoes?
No, I ain't take the shoes. I mastermind. I mastermind, so I know when the traffic is here and when the traffic not. Hey, look, they talking about going to the World Billiken too. We adding up the list. They talking about it too. You hear me? So now that's 15 cribs we know we got. They gone. We sit there.
Hold on, so don't tell me Trish was involved with Chief Keef and King Von hitting cribs.
Hey man, I ain't saying that. I'm just saying, man, get my cut. You hear me? That's all I'm saying. Get my cut. You hear me? Get my cut. I love Lil Keef now, man. I love Lil Keef now.
Shout out Sosa, man. He was just performing at the BET Awards.
Shout out Sosa, man.
Shout out Tyler Perry for giving him the opportunity. You feel me? That's what black love is about. That's what black power is about. As soon as Tyler Perry stepped in that office, he unbanned Chief Keef. That was hard. Shout out Sosa.
Shout out Sosa. I was proud of him because Sosa said it, that he was going to be on the BET Awards. He said he was going to be signed to a label. All that shit. He was going to have a record deal. He said all this shit before this.
Hey, so why you think after all this time for real, bro? Because it's apparent that Chief Keef and King Von had some type of relationship, but Sosa ain't never went up online, wax or nothing, and said anything about Von. Literally, right? Why you think that's so?
Him and Von was best friends too, man. Him and Von was best friends. I think Von and them took a gun from him, man. I think they took a gun from Sosa.
Okay.
Or something. They took something from him. I don't know what they took from him, but I think something happened because T-Roy, Von, Keef, and White, they was always around each other. And then T-Roy. T-Roy was Von's friend, though, and Keef friend. It was Von, T-Roy, Keef, and White. They always be around the scenery together, running around and shit. Ever since I was in Oblock. I've been in Oblock since 2002. So when a person asks you, when they ask you something about Trench News, be like, how long you been in Parkway, man? Because if you ain't been in Parkway since 2002, don't tell me shit on everything. Don't tell me nothing. I've been from the reckless end to the suburbs on both of them. It's the suburbs in Parkway. That's where the church at. That's called the suburbs. That's the nice shit. For real. Where the new beginning at. That's where the suburbs.
On 65th, huh?
On 65th end. That's called the suburbs. That's where all the good people at, man. All the old people. We don't go down there and fuck it up where they do now, but we ain't used to go down there.
So since our last, interview up to now, obviously there's been a couple things that's been going on, a few different things, right? But just speaking about King Von and Chief Keef relationship, in our last segment, Trap Lord Ross, he named King Von as rap's first serial killer. What were your thoughts? That was going viral, bro. You think that was pretty accurate?
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, man. If you know Von, then you know Von wouldn't be mad at Trap Lord Ross. Von would be embracing that shit on everything. If you really know Von. That's how I know a lot of people don't know Von. A lot of people just talking. Oh, man, he should never did that and all that. Von would be embracing this shit, bro. This Von we talking about, bro. We ain't talking about no Alka-Seltzer plus ass nigga. We talking about King Von, Davon Bennett, man, on everything. Von the love Trap Lord Ross if he was here. He probably would have did an interview with him. If Durk wouldn't say, Von to do an interview with him, man. That's how Von is. Von wanted everybody to know, man. Yeah. He wanted everybody to know his work, bro. He ain't hide the shit. Nothing that I'm telling you now ain't nothing that he said. He riding around in the car. I remember one day, I was on that live too. He riding around in the car, him and BJ. And you could see, I think my name was like, the page that I was on was like, it was a different name. It wasn't Swipe 3837, it was a different name. And he was like, how many bodies y'all think I got? 4, 5, 6? And I put the head down on the face. That's Von though. Von don't get no fuck. Yeah, he don't care. Von don't care, bro. So Von,
nah, I'm just fucking with y'all.
yeah, it
like,
is
nah,
what it is. Yeah, that's what he told me in the game way. He said, man, where them niggas at? I said, man, I don't know. He say, man, I was just fucking with you, man. He wasn't fucking with me.
Yeah, nah.
He wasn't fucking with me. Only reason why I was alive, cause motherfucker J Money and T Roy was together, bro. If they wasn't there, I'd probably been smithereens, goddammit, on everything. The little nigga, he liked that. I mean, they turned him to that. You know what I'm talking about? He ain't just get like that. Because I remember when Von was like a basketball player, running around girls. He wanted girls. Always playing with his lips, putting shit on his lips. The Carmex. Yeah, all that shit. You know what I'm talking about? He was one of them niggas that, I got to go to the store and get a Carmex. You hear me? Like that shit, bro. Like, I knew them when they was kids, bro. And I ain't know that. I wasn't into that with them. But as they grew up and they friends died, niggas online bragging about it, I mean, what you expect? It just is what it is. Von never denied none of this shit. So why is a nigga so taking up and threatening other people about this shit when Von was okay with this shit? Because he said it in every song, every video, he wanted us to know. All them stories real, bro. Like, them ain't no entertainment purposes, man. He would have said it was. Now, this is for entertainment purpose. Man say he knew the people was coming to get him. I got to hurry up and do this shit because I know they coming. You hear me? Like, what time that nigga was in the future? Von, I'm telling you, bro, that shorty, if he was to use his head and study being, like, cocky, he'll be alive, bro. And because Von was smart, bro. Von knew better than walk up to somebody cop, bro. Just from the way we talk, bro. He knew better than that. But when you got niggas who probably can't fight, everybody he was dealt with can't fight. So, you know, you ain't got no choice but to do it yourself. Because I seen everybody who was down like, oh, he can't fight, he can't. Oh, yeah, I see why Von, he was ahead of the pack. He had all fucking weaklings with him. You know, and that cost him his life, man. But Von was a cool dude, bro. He was a real dude. He was cool. Before the STL, EBT shit, bro, like it was love, bro. Like it was love. Every time I run into him, it's all love, bro. I let him up my crib, shit like that with his little girlfriend, sit on the couch with his little girlfriend. I'd be in the back playing the game, bro. Like, I know them. Niggas can't deny it either. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas can't deny it. They can get paid to deny it, but, you know, that, I mean, it make you look like you a lame. It make you look goofy. You know what I'm talking about? It make you look goofy as hell, by, you know, and you getting on the internet talking about all this other goofy shit anyway. Go ahead, build your story off of it. Hell yeah. You know, I take advantage of it. If a nigga with 100K said my name and they said something good and positive about me, hell yeah. You know, if I know it's the truth, I'ma ride that shit. They don't know how to ride the surfboard though. You hear me? They don't know how to ride the surfboard, man.
You know, we listen to King Von music. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely a Chicago legend at this point for sure. We see his mural across the street from Oblock, you know. But before all this, we saw King Von on the A&E documentary about K.I. You know what I'm saying? And it's been alleged that he was involved with the demise of K.I., you know. And we've talked about K.I. before, you know what I'm saying? But to see King Von in that documentary, right? You know, like, what was A&E thinking? Did they know, you know what I'm saying, who Von was? Apparently not, right?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, man. When I seen that documentary, man, we was in the joint. Me and Slutty was Sellies, who got killed with Von. We were Sellies. And I remember everybody running around the deck like, man, the story finna come on. This finna come on. You hear me? Like, this like 2018. They like, the story about to come on, the documentary with K.I. And, man, they cut on the man, and I see Von on that bitch. I say, this bitch trolling on everything. That's the first thing I said. And he had that little smirk on his face. Von got this little certain smirk. He got that little look. They look at you like this. Hey, all his moves. I know all shorty moves, man, but hell yeah, Von was on that bitch. I say, damn. I say, A&E, they just disrespectful as hell. You know? And that's why I tell the people when they tell me, Oh man, you talking about KI? Go and holler at A&E, man. Y'all probably could get a bag for defamation. I ain't gonna lie, I think that blew Vine up even more.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I think that helped him blow up too.
Yeah, for sure.
For you to be implicated and you to trick A&E to get on this bitch, like he played his cards right on that one.
Somebody had a crush on him.
Yeah.
Like, dude.
I was just trying to blow her back out. I say, man, yeah, you was trying to blow her back out, all right, nigga. That nigga crazy, man. But yeah, that was some crazy shit, man. That was some crazy shit.
Dude was definitely one of a kind for sure, right? So let me ask you this though, Swipe. Were you a good influence or a bad influence on the younger guys in the early drill days?
Man, I was a good influence on everything. Who else you know standing outside a radio station trying to get them on the radio? I did that. On everything, I did that. On some real shit. Manny will tell you. The niggas on the couch probably won't tell you. They don't want to admit shit. But you ask they daddy, Joe Jackson, Cash them daddy, he gonna tell you. I call him Joe Jackson, he gonna tell you. Swipes, I stood outside in the rain. I went to Power 92 and stayed there to the end of the session until they played y'all shit. Like, I did the unthinkable, bro. On the other side, yeah, I never sent nobody off, bro, because I ain't like people sending me off. You hear me? So I was teaching them. Like, I was teaching literature and everything, bro. Like, I was trying to teach them their literature, not on no gang shit, but on some, if they telling you in violation, right? If a nigga telling you violated, and at least you will know how to approach the situation or fight. You know what I'm saying? You will know how to fight. You will know how to fight the charge, bro. Because if you get violated in the game, they bring you up on charges. You have a right to fight that. You have a right to fight that charge and present your argument. You know what I'm saying? So I taught them their paperwork, bro. Ain't no nigga was trying to teach them that shit. I was teaching them all that shit, bro. Like, I was a good influence, bro. Like, I ain't never sent them off and told them to go and do this or go and do that, bro. I never did, bro. I wasn't that type of person, bro. If I did tell them to go, I bet you they say Swipe went with us. If they ain't saying that, I ain't tell you to go. Because I ain't going to tell you to go nowhere and you send yourself off. And then you call home talking about, man, Swipe sent me off. You know, so I wasn't in that. I was a good influence, though.
Yeah. One of our most viral interviews, you know, between our last one was the Lil Reese bike interview, right? And shout out Lil Reese. He stole my bike when we were shorties, but, you know, him coming to do the interview kind of made up for it. You know what I mean? I still want my bike, but it's all love. Now, we had asked Lil Reese who his top 5 drill rappers are. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't include Lil Durk. Tell us who Lil Reese top 5 drill rappers of all time.
Oh, Mass?
Yeah.
I got LA. I got Vaughn in that. Yeah, who else I got? Let me see. I got LA Vaughn. I fuck with Herb in that. I'm gonna put Herb in that for the east side. I'm phone him and then who else? Damn, who else I'm gonna put in that? Damn, this crazy.
Yourself
man.
and Sosa at this point.
Yeah, man. I invented that shit, so that's the 4th one on phone number. Damn, man, who else I'm gonna put in that bitch? I'm gonna put Sosa in that bitch. All the rest of these niggas, I don't know nothing about them. I'm gonna be there.
A lot of fans made a little uproar about it, you know what I'm saying? You had made a tweet about it, you feel me? And Lil Reese had actually responded to your tweet, saying, the man ain't never tell me to pick a side, you know what I'm saying? This one wrong, cool. And then DJ Academics posted your tweet, he called you a fan. I'm like, damn, he don't know who Trench's News is.
Yeah.
But just tell us though, Trench, as the Trench's news reporter, you just report on what's going on in the streets. You know, how do you deal with like wrong information or backlash from people saying that you dishing out the wrong information?
Hey, you know what, man? They know I be on point. That's why they say something, bro. They know I be on it, bro. On everything. Hey, look, that was a perfect example of what's the name? Cause look, Lil Reese said that after that. He came on your shit after that and said when you asked him his top 5 and he ain't include Durk. Okay. So that's when everybody really knew.
No, I thought your tweet was coming after.
No, it was before. He said on your couch after that.
Okay.
After they came through and said wrong, cool, and all that shit, he came on your couch, and when you asked him the top 5, I'm looking at it, and he ain't including Durk. I said, yeah, they into it. I say, yeah. I say, yeah, that tweet was for them, bro. Like, they be sneak dissing each other all the time. And then when the nigga uncoded, I was talking about a song. Big Zoo did that shit to me, too. Shout out Big Zoo, Big Boss Zoo, man. I ain't scared of you, nigga. They scared of you.
I am.
Hey, Zoo, I ain't scared of you, nigga. Hey, I told Zoo, I told Zoo last box. I told Zoo say he'll put it on me. He too something ready to do something. But no, shout out to Big Zoo, though. I talked to Bezu about it, you know what I'm talking about, and I let Bezu know, like, you know, I'm a blogger, and this what I'm doing. I ain't no game member. I explained it to him, and I'm going to get my money, bro. I'm going to get my money, and I ain't doing it for no little crumbs. I'm getting some real bread out this shit. You know what I'm talking about? Some bread that make me fuck around and go to war if you try to play with it. You know what I'm talking about? Like, that type of bread. So, you know, I just be doing me, man, and when I uncoded and I hit it on the head, bro, that's when they come out and say something, bro. They come out and say something, bro, and that's when I know I hit it on the head. Yeah. I touch a nerve, because look, everybody, 50 people report about it, but they trenches news. You hear me? That's how I know it, bro. Half the shit when they come at me, Truth Teller or some other motherfucker drop it. They videos going up, but about my videos shooting over theirs and going up on the views, they come at me. They attack me, bro. And it'd be funny to me, though, because I'd be like, damn, 50 people reported. But they kind of, like, 50 people report about what I report about. But it's certain individuals on YouTube, look at their pages. They talking about me. He messing up Chicago. Bro, the nigga who holding your camera, the nigga who you getting on his blogs with, all of them. We all reporting about this same shit, but they rather come at me. They be thinking I'm weak. They be thinking I'm weak, bro. On everything, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm starting to think
that. They think all the bloggers weak.
Yeah, they think I'm weak. I was trying to say, can I show you something? But I don't want to do that to your camera, man.
What you trying to show me?
I'm just trying to tell him, man. If I just be chilling, bro. Like, I just be really chilling.
Because the way you said that, I'm thinking
I just be cooling, bro.
Some indecent exposure or something? What the fuck?
Nah, I just be chilling, bro. And, you know, niggas are how you go there for no reason, bro. Like, they'll put you in the blender and they be thinking, like, so I just be like, you know, I mean, you know, like, you know, do we have a problem? You know,
what's that, a 50?
It's trenches news, man, but, you know, like, you gotta be safe out here, you know? You gotta be safe in these streets, bro. Like, ain't nothing, you ain't gonna get nothing for sweet. Ain't like, you could think that I'm from the trenches, bro. Just remember, when you see this man, I'm from the street still, bro. I blog, take care of my kids, but I'm still gonna protect myself. I ain't trying to get my wings. I ain't trying to gain my wings yet, you hear me? So, yeah. That's what nigga you gotta be safe in Chicago, man. Gotta be safe in Chicago, man. On some real shit. I recommend everybody out there. It's motherfuckers out here crazy, bro. Who hate you for no reason, you hear me?
So, what are some things about you that the fans would never expect besides walking around with a 50 on you?
They'll never expect I be going golfing every week. I play 18 holes every week of golf.
Damn, for real?
Hell yeah. I be going all the little Sunset Ridges and all the little ones that's around. I go to Sunset Ridge because I know Michael Jordan used to be golfing there when I was a caddy. Yeah, a lot of people don't know I was a caddy too for golf. So I used to caddy too.
Man, you know, last year, DJUTV made a huge impact in Iraq, you know. But one of my favorite interviews of them all was when we snuck Charles the White in Chicago, you know. And I received a lot of backlash from it, but that was a real good interview if you go back and watch the interview, right? But one thing that stood out in that interview that I kind of want to ask you in closing, man. Charleston White said Chicago kids are doomed because they mama and daddy won't move, because they listen to drill music, and because they infatuated with the gang culture. You know what I'm saying? So I heard you made a song called Chicago Kids Are Doomed.
Yeah.
Until they mama and daddy move.
No, I said Chicago kids are doomed because the mamas and daddies won't move.
Okay.
Maybe y'all haven't looked at the educational system, but I took a peek at Chicago's educational system. The children don't fare too well here in education. On top of when they get out of school, they're subjected to violence. On top of that, they listen to drill music. They don't listen to slow songs. On top of that, they got a gang culture that will never let them live a normal life. They'll never know what it's like to be safe as long as they live in Chicago.
And he even challenged me and told me, hey, you from Chicago, you don't even know that the third graders around this motherfucker can't read. And you know, we just had a lot of third graders fail, you know what I'm saying, from the Chicago public schools. So, are Chicago kids doomed, Trenches News, or what does the future look like for Chicago kids?
I ain't gonna lie, man. I hate to quote this song, but I'm gonna quote this song, bro. Hey, it ain't no hope for the youth, man. That's just the truth, man. It ain't no hope. You know, hey, Tupac said this a long time ago, man. He said something to the nature, he was like, if we don't, we have a race of babies that make the babies, that hate the ladies. That was real, bro. That was real fucking deep, bro. And it took me 30 years to figure out what the fuck he said, bro. Like, I never understood it until I see this shit in our city, bro, and I be like, damn, bro, Tupac was right. And it ain't no hope, bro. It ain't no hope. It's a bunch of blind leading the blind, niggas flunkies, yes, man. Like, ain't no leaders, bro. Ain't no nigga to say, ain't no nigga to say, we gonna do it this way, bro. We ain't doing that. Now, if Kiddo would've came home from jail, it would've been like, I'm the man, but we ain't on that. We on something else. You know, anybody got a problem with us, we could holler about this shit. You know, I would've congratulated him. You know what I'm talking about? Like, big, give him your flowers, bro. Like, that's what I'm talking about. You know, like Tay. I expect Tay to, like, you know, well, you can't make amends on that side with Tay, because that's a whole different side with Tay Savage. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you got a motherfucker who that beat somebody's body, and, you know, they kids are older now. And that's what's going to happen. The Tay situation is a perfect example. I'm glad I just brought that up. Now, this shit happened when that little girl was little. Blaze died. I think she said her mama died when she was 7 years old. Mm-hmm. She out here now with a deal of money. Right. What you think she gonna do? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I ain't saying that do it, blazing down. I ain't saying do it, or I ain't saying do it, but, you know, if it was to happen, we shouldn't be wild. You know, the little girl 7 years old, you know, and a nigga who was suspected of doing it, he on blogs talking about it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you know, that's where the shit get dangerous at, bro.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, let's just talk about that, because I ain't gonna lie, I kind of didn't want to bring it up, but since you just did, you know, that has been a trending topic in Chicago, you feel me? Tay Savage is, you know, allegedly responsible for the death of Sesson Neef, you feel me? And when he did his 16 Shot 'em interview, they talked about it. And he said the least he can do is share Blazing Dog's music, you know what I'm saying? And it just went viral for some reason, right? But like, tell us how crazy that is, right? The concept of, you know, the guy that allegedly killed your mom sharing your music.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. That's disrespectful as fuck, bro. Like, that's disrespectful as fuck, bro. They ain't helping nobody, bro. Like, that's opening wounds and shit, bro. That's like a troll tactic. You know, who the fuck want you to share that shit, bro? You just beat my mom. You know what I'm talking about? Like, who the fuck want that to happen, bro? That's why I say, like, niggas ain't being smart about shit, bro. Like, niggas just, like, I'm glad that people like Tate and them getting paid off their stories. Don't get me wrong, because that's how I get content. If they come out and I ain't just got to do a story on them and they come out with it, I get more content and better content, because they telling y'all what I told y'all. So if they do it, that's good. But you know, they just gotta stop with the like with that bullshit, bro. At least don't implicate yourself. Like I know he beat it, he could do it. You know, they can't charge him no more, but they could upstairs though. I mean, they could do it higher than CPD, higher than the Illinois federal. They could get him. You know what I'm talking about? Because when they say it ain't no statute of limitations, they mean that. People think because you got out of jail, out of a state charge, that they could get you. If they get you on federal, if they find something that was federal about it or something that you did he run out of town or, you know what I'm talking about, they could upgrade that. Even though you beat it in Cook County, they come and get you a warrant for that same shit, bro. Like, it ain't good to brag on a lot of shit, bro. Like, for real.
No, you right about that, bro. So, you know, we here, Trenches News, DJUTV. Hey, bro, if you could just help me out, you know, one more thing before we get up out of here. What's the issue between you and THF Billa and A Choice Films? I heard there was some friction between you all.
Oh, no, I ain't got no beef. It wasn't never between Billa. I ain't never had a problem with Billa. It wasn't never between him. You know, it was some business that between me and the cameraman. You know what I'm saying?
That's A Choice Films?
Yeah. And Billa had called me and Billa was talking. Billa had called me, told me that he had lost the footage of my content. I didn't want him to reshoot it. I wanted a refund. You hear me? And that's what the problem kicked in at. It wasn't, they didn't want to reimburse. It wasn't no reimbursement. It was either I shoot it or, you know, and I was like, shit, I ain't got to go through it. I got the platform, you know, so I just felt like I take that loss, you know, and then, you know, some more shit happened. My page got struck, 53 strikes. I beat all the strikes. My page got took. Hell yeah, my page got took for 2 months, bro. My page got took for 2 months. My page got took for right before Christmas. Got took, you know. But all I did was start another page, Trenches News. Kept getting paid. You know what I'm talking about? Just stay positive, bro. Like I ain't going no randoms like, oh, these bitch ass niggas, da 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 da. I ain't do none of that. And I know, and I'm seeing who struck my page. You hear me? But I ain't argue with nobody or none of that. I just took that L and kept going, bro. God gonna bless you, bro. And that's how I think, bro. And ever since I think like I'm thinking, bro, I'm talking about it come in about you know, money ain't everything, but it's just good to know that people reward you when you're doing good, bro. It's good to know that, bro, that you got people out here that reward you when you're doing good. And y'all don't forget, DJ, you said before we get up out of here, they go to Cash App, niggas. I'm wearing pink today. My auntie got killed, man. So, you know, I mean, my auntie cancer. So, you know, I got the pink on and shit, the off pink and that. That's for cancer awareness for her.
Word.
Today
auntie definitely in our prayers for sure.
Yeah.
Well, any shout outs to closing march you want to lead the people?
Oh yeah. I got these. Just got a trademark. I'm a civilian. Window stickers. I need y'all to go and buy them. They'll be out Monday. They'll be here, and I need y'all to go to my IG at Swiper3837, and I need y'all to inbox me and buy them, man. You can place them in your window. I am civilian. Let's get it trending, man. So at least the gang members can try to figure out like, oh, that's a civilian cop. We don't need to shoot at that. You know what I'm talking about? And you can't buy it. You cannot purchase it. You cannot purchase it unless you, like, if you ain't no civilian, you ain't purchasing it. Like, we ain't gonna sell it to you. You ain't gonna send nobody else. You ain't gonna infiltrate this system or none of that, bro. But I got civilian stickers, window stickers, man. I am a civilian. Don't shoot. Yeah, try to help out.
Violence prevention.
Yeah, violence prevention, man.
Yeah.
You know.
That's what's up. Well, it's definitely been an honor with talking to you this evening, or this afternoon, I'm sorry. And congratulations again on your 100,000 subscribers. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely a milestone in the YouTube world. You feel me? Trenches News, DJUTV, and shout out to Word T Productions, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. And if you haven't, make sure you subscribe to Trenches News for sure.